Yes, 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 yes. All right. Let's get the necessary. Start the stream. The necessary assists. What do I need to assist me? I need you to thumbs up the thing from the jump. I need that cold bottle of water that I had. Thumbs it up on arrival, people, yeah? So good. Thumbs it up on arrival. On arrival. All right, let's get this. Let's get the feed. Here it is, live. There we go. We had season. Oh, what's it doing? What's it doing, you stupid tart? Stupid tart. All right, there you go. There you go. Okay. All right, it's baking hot in here, bro. It's baking. But that's good. That's all right. Better than freezing cold, isn't it? Better hot than freezing cold. Emmanuel, what's good? Kieran, Adari, Saeed, smash up the like button, people. Phil Larkin, Mark Leacock, Uncle Bert Apostrophe, Aaron Daly, yeah. Main event is lit. AJ should win, but Dubois has the tools to win. Bruce Gass, boxing, jazz, and more. Sounds like the detox. Big up, Bruce. Kai. Oh, here we go. I thought the card was a little bit anticlimactic. I tell you what, you put them comments in there, you know what I mean? I'm going to be a little condescending, just letting you know. Just letting you know. Nothing wrong with the card. There's nothing wrong with the card. They're starting that shit on Twitter. That moany shit. The fuck you want? A blowjob as well for 20 quid, eh? What the fuck you want, eh? 20 fucking quid? Huh? You fucking want? Fucking Duran versus Henry Armstrong for 20 quid? The British card. It's an excellent British card. See, the thing is, yeah, people complain, but they don't know what they're complaining about. So, let me get the boxing rankings up, because I'm going to need it up to go through the whole of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is what I'm saying. Super feather, yeah? My man, Anthony Kakase, the IBF champion. Super feather, yeah? 130. Eduardo Nunes was supposed to fight Kakase, the #1 contender, right? But if that was announced, right? If that was announced, people would have complained. Oh, the fuck's Nunes? No, Kakase and this. So he didn't come through, and Josh Warrington took his place. That's a reasonable replacement. That's a reasonable replacement. Yeah, he did lose his last one, but it's a reasonable replacement. Yeah? Josh is willing to go in there. He's moving up to super feather, and he's going to give it a crack. He'll give it a crack. He'll give it a crack. He's not ranked. I'll admit that. Now, here's the thing, right? If people complained and said, oh, I wish that it had this fight on it and that, I'd understand that. But they're saying, oh, disappointing. I don't know about what exactly. You've got Joshua versus Dubois, arguably, you know what I mean, like the two in-form heavyweights in the weight class right now, right? Aside from Usyk, I'm talking about contenders, right? Two huge punches. Huge. All British showdown. One of the best heavyweight showdowns. Look at the KO percentages. Only one of Dubois' wins have went the distance. AJ, 28 wins, what? 25 stoppages? 25 inside the distance? Dude. Complaining. Gee whiz. Whoa. Jesus Lord, man. I don't know, like, what's the matter with it? Like, it's either like women or niggas just complain about. That's why you always embroiled in this patriarchy, matriarchy. We hate each other because you complain about everything, man. Lord of mercy. Everything is a complaint. Fair enough. I would have liked to have seen Wardley and your man Fraser Clark. Yeah, that'd have been good. But it's not there. It is what it is. That would have probably been overkill. What they're probably realizing now is probably no point stacking out the card. You stack out the card, right? People start falling asleep and not appreciating what they're getting anyway. You know what I mean? Kwame, what's good? Strexford. Yeah, he says, people have to moan too much. The card is fantastic. It's a good card. JB, certain guys on here saying AJ was going to duck simply because they were wishing he would. That's just crazy, JB. Like, who did the nigga duck? I got to use the N-word today. Like, what's up? Who does he duck? Duck who? Lord, this is crazy. Aaron Daly complaining. Aaron complaining. Undercard a bit meh compared to what we were expecting, and also the level of previous Riyadh season cards. Like, what was you expecting then? Like, so you just expect flawless cards? Like, Lord of mercy. Then I heard people saying all the PBC cards have been better than this card. Well, you probably do think that because you resonate with the fighters who are on these PBC cards. You resonate with them. So I'm not going to argue with that. But then again, you shouldn't be arguing that people resonate with a lot of the fighters on this card. It's a British card. And there will be Americans interested in it. There'll be people in all different locations interested in it. But it's a British card. Flipping hell. What, are you expecting them to put Lamont Roach on there? No. They're putting Wasserman, Queensbury, Boxer, and Matchroom fighters on the card. That's who's on the card. Kai says, I don't mind a blowy for 20. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? You get a blowy for 20. Yeah, you're nice. But it's not that type of arrangement, son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of the comments I don't understand, like how you formulate the comments are. If I'm not reading it out, it's just because you know what I mean. Tots, we are absolutely spoiled over here, man. Is this a golden age, Beats? Yes, 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 it is. Yes, yes, 100% yes. We've just entered the golden era. Yes. Beats Joshua-Dubois should add Tim Witherspoon to his boxing team for more tools to his boxing abilities. Emmanuel says AJ was much bigger than Dubois than I thought. Yeah, I was shocked at that as well. I always saw Daniel 6'5", AJ 6'6". AJ looked about 2.5 inches taller, and it just generally looks more imposing. Yeah, yeah. Bruce says boxing is giving us today. Anyone who complains about the sport is following the wrong game. 100%. 100%. You don't like Warrington getting the shot over Zelfa Barrett? Warrington has 2 losses and hasn't looked great. That doesn't make it a poor card though. That's that point there you made is a fair point. But you said that don't make the card meh, as you said though. They don't make it meh. But that's a fair point. That is a fair point. I think Lee Wood would have been the contender to get a shot, but he's a free agent, so Eddie's probably freezing him out. I think, yeah. I don't think he resigned to Matchroom. He would have probably got that fight. Jay Wood says AJ's 2 inches taller. Tim J, great card. TMA 86, this is a great card. Smith versus Shiraz. Smith, Shiraz. You mean Denny Shiraz? I mean, look, Denny and Shiraz is an excellent fight. That's Denny just come off. Like how much wins has Denny just come off? Unbeaten fight as European champion against the top 160-pound prospect in the country. That's not a good fight. Come on now. You got to be fair. You got to be a little fair. You got to be a little fair. How is this not a good card? How? That's crazy. Like, seriously, I'm just like baffled. I'm kind of baffled. Yeah, but how are you comparing it to this? They can't hit the so what? So they should basically make the same card every time. You're comparing it to what exactly? The card is giving everybody a shot. Wasserman is getting a shot. Boxer gets a shot. Matchroom gets a shot. Queensbury gets a shot. It's at Wembley Stadium. You're going to sell it out, right? It's going to do huge pay-per-view numbers, right? Lord. Crescencio Mayer, what's good? What's good? Lisa, what's up? Tim J, what's up? Yeah, man. Dirty Boxing Habit says, who's complaining? Beats, this card is off the chain. You moan about this card, you're not a boxing fan, in fact. Listen, complaining about this card, Dirty, yeah, is probably an extension of other shit going on that you're just not satisfied with a lot of stuff. You're just never satisfied. Never satisfied. Guzzy, what's good, Guz? He's got no Jazz Funk. He's got AJ 8th round TKO. Dubois very poor defense. Yeah, I mean you saw the way Joyce was finding him with shots and that jab. You know what I mean? Like if he can tag AJ with something hard, I think he's got the power to hurt AJ. You know what I mean? But it's the type of fight. Even if he wins, it's going to take a lot out of Daniel, man. It's going to take a lot out of Daniel. The fight will take more out of Daniel than it will AJ, regardless of who wins. Yes, Lisa Bell's in the building. Jazz Funk, Pauline, big up. Eson, afternoon. Josh Kelly getting the Avanesian part 2 in the Liam Smith fight. That's an interesting one. It's an interesting. Like Liam's just coming off that defeat, isn't it, to Eubank? Josh Kelly. It's an interesting one. I wonder if Josh Kelly can give him some issues actually on the back foot. Give Liam some issues. Is it at 160 or 154? Oh, it's at 160. Says Pauline. I didn't know. Eson, what's people's opinions on what Dan can do better than AJ? It's hard to say. I don't think he does much better than AJ, to be honest. I don't think he does much on anything, to be honest. Some people say he hits harder. He possibly could, but is he as accurate? Oh, it's at 160, man. Boxing Lounge. AJ is very good nowadays and not wasting his movements. He's more efficient than ever, in my opinion. Yeah. AJ looks scary when he fights on the offense. He looks very scary. You know what I mean? Now, that's what I was asking, Kai. Did Eubank turn down that Shiraz fight? That's what I was wondering. Because I would imagine Eubank would get that fight ahead of Tyler Denny. I think a few of the fights were made on the last minute because there were pullouts. Nunes pulled out, and I'm wondering if Eubank pulled out. That's what I'm wondering. Not sure. Man, Eubanks is finished, man. Eubank is finished. He don't want to fight. Eubank don't want to fight, bro. Is he still waiting for that Conor Benn fight? Perhaps. Maybe he is, you know. Maybe Eubanks is waiting for Conor Benn to get his license back. That's what it looks like. He ain't going to fight until then. Okay, first to let Ryan flow. Okay, he says he don't see it going past 10. Let the Ryan flow rock him. Sip the juice, because I got enough to go around. And the forts take place uptown. I grew up on the sidewalk, Walnut Street, talking and toured the whole New York. I went to Queens, and Manhattan to Brooklyn, Manhattan, and I've never been taken. Go uptown, New York to boogie down. Nah, time to pack my juice stack up. Rockin', bro. That I think a lot of people talk about Rockin's bars. You know, I reckon that juice rap was his best rap. The way he rapped on that, he murdered that, bro. That rap on Juice. Is it Know the Ledge? You know that one, to let? First to let. You know that one, yeah? Know the Ledge. What do you reckon? Although Rockin's got a lot of contenders for best bars. He's got a lot of contenders. He's got a lot of contenders for best bars. Hey, they said it nearly went off between AJ and Daniel, innit? Daniel said, yo, we can go backstage and fight or something. And AJ threatened to smash the chair across his face. So what about it? This one is interesting, right? Willie coming off an all-time best win against Craig Richards, against unbeaten. And listen, Boatsi is ranked in every bloody sanctioning body. At number 1, number 2, go do the math. You know what I mean? Go do the math. Let's have a look. Yeah. Number 1 WBC, number 1 WBA, number 1 IBF, although it says number 3. Oh, okay. They put Michael Effort against him. So he's number 3. Who Michael Effort? But then again. Boatsy is number 1 with the WBO. Willie Hutchinson is number 2 with the WBO. They're fighting for the interim title. No good fight? What are you telling me? Willie's number 3 with the WBC. Not a good fight, no? Number 9 with the IBF. Come on, man. It's a good fight. Yeah? You're getting a lot of winner stay on fights, man. Like, Willie stays on from... Listen, Willie overturned odds on my Google polls. He was 90-10 to win this fight on the polls. To win that fight against Craig. And he overturned the odds. Now he's fighting Joshua-Dubois. No, yeah, don't care about that. But come on, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it. Winner stays on. Yeah? He gets the second shot. And it's the same with Tyler Denny. Look what he done last week. Well, I'm beating Felix. Okay, Felix was out, but Felix looked like a light heavy. He looked like a light heavy. Tyler looked like a flipping super welterweight. And he overturned the odds. And his winner stays on. Hey, listen, man. That might not impress you. That impresses me. I love the card. I like the card. I'm saying I love the card. Not just like it. I love the card. Maybe I'm too easy to please. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, don't disrespect me. Anthony Joshua threatens to smash chair across Dubois' face as pair pulled apart in heated joint interview. Now, they're going to upload that at some stage. Daniel said, if you want to go now, I'll go now as well. AJ then replied, do you want me to smash this chair across your face? He said, don't ever disrespect me like that again. They were all pulled apart. There wasn't any punches thrown. When you say that to AJ, he is a bad man. It was a really good face-off. Joshua then added to reporters, we had a bit of aggro. It's good. There are two aspects to it. The competitive side, the Queensbury rules of boxing. Okay. Joshua has rarely come into an altercation with opponents. It's a face-off, but has previously clashed with rivals Jerome Miller and Dillian White at press conferences. Dubois' promoter Frank Warren went on to give his point of view on the altercation, concluding, it just nearly went off upstairs, but we'll have to wait until the film goes out to see it. It was quite lively. It was genuine. There's a genuine animosity. There's pressure on both of them, but the pressure is on AJ. They didn't shake hands. There ain't no pressure on AJ. Why is there ain't no pressure? How much are they paying AJ? Pressure's on Daniel, bro. Yeah? AJ's fought at Wembley Stadium already. He's he's won world titles already. Hey, your boy ain't won them. There ain't no pressure on AJ. AJ fighting better than ever. There ain't no pressure on AJ. Can he lose the fight? Yes, he can lose. Daniel's a big puncher. But as for there being pressure on that, listen, the only person AJ should feel pressure to fight is the guy who beat him twice. Yeah? The guy who beat him twice last time out. He's the only one who should put any pressure on AJ. That fucking Usyk's a cheeky bastard, isn't he? Yeah. Daniel, yeah. I beat you both. I mean, I give you a present. Yes, I mean, you can have Dusty Girl whose box I've been banging for the last year. Yeah, I give you a present. You get the IBF there. I don't want it. Smug bastard. It's all good, Usyk. It's all good, Usyk. It's all good. That was the way he gave the belts away was. Did you see the interview? Bloody cocky. Cocky as anything. Usyk's a motherfucker, man. Usyk is a motherfucker. Yeah, so Josh Warrington gets a shot at the IBF 130-pound title against Kakase. And look, I would argue, yeah, Kakase was probably lucky to get a shot at Joe Cordina. And Warrington he was lucky to get a shot at Kakase. But that happens all the time in boxing. I'm not going to lie, he probably should be getting a shot. I'm not going to lie. I was shaking my head a little at that one. But I think still, like, Joshua put up a good fight. But yeah, I was shaking my head. Like, well, what happened there? Yeah, but Nunes pulled out. There's a backstory to it. Nunes pulled out. Don't know. You have to ask why he pulled out. He probably hasn't recovered from that beating that Shaki or Foster, is it old Shaki gave him? Yeah, probably hasn't recovered from that. He took one of the worst modern day beatings in a boxing ring. Chris McKenna, he says Tyler Denny was working as a plumber in 2021. Now, Chris, you know plumbers earn a fortune, but nevertheless, you know what I mean? He's now getting a huge opportunity to fight at Wembley Stadium, hugely deserved. I tell you what, man, his inside game is all wrong for Hamza Shiraz. It's all wrong for him. But at the same time, Denny has a good chin. He's going to need it against Shiraz. Shiraz can hit hard. Because I'm watching him hit Amal Williams, and it's not like, because he's a big guy, it's hard for him to get the hold of his body on the shots, Shiraz. But he gets a lot of power. When he lands clean, he gets a lot of power in his shots. A lot of power. That's a good fight, man. That's a really good fight. And Denny's going to look, as big as Shiraz is, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, what's his name? Felix was big as well. Denny's going to look to take him into a dogfight, bro. Denny's a little rude boy. You know what I mean? One of the rough Midlands kids, man. Yeah. Denny will fight anyone. Denny's not scared. Denny will go in there. Boatsy. Well. Jazz Funk, he says, Dubois don't hit harder than AJ, in my opinion. I don't, well, Lawrence Okoli said he did. Yeah. I don't think he does either. I'd agree with you. I don't think he does. Pauline, he says, so arrogant. Chris. Who are we talking about? Eubank Pauline? He's very arrogant. Lisa Bell saw Eubank the other day playing poker with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, I mean, he's on some Playboy shit now. That's what he's on. He's some Playboy. You see a lot of these guys, yeah, like Eubank, them just start get some good punani on them thing now. I'm telling you, right? And yeah, it's got them all over the place. It's got them all over the place. Before that, it was his training. His dad used to run the camp. I don't think there was too much BITCHs around the setup. You know what I mean? But when he push out daddy, you know, yeah. Chris turned to peer boy, a peer porker, and a pork out there, yeah. And now you can't fight a lick. Can't move with the train. Yeah. Senior Cal, he says, good card. Sylvester, he's waiting for that Conor Benn payout. Yeah, it looks like it. Guzzy, has Dubois sparred AJ? Yeah, they said that he knocked AJ down. Maybe he did. I don't know. Vigilante Williamson, if Conor just took the suspension, wouldn't he be good as now? Wouldn't he be good now? It's been like 2 years. Yeah, he handled it like an idiot, Vigilante. He definitely handled it like an idiot. You know what I mean? Oh, Rakim's got a brand new single. Okay. You know what one of his underrated joints was? Is Mahogany. That song Mahogany, Back to Go Mahogany. That killer song, man. That song was killer. That's when rappers could do storytelling on a beat. Could do sick storytelling. You know what I mean? And the beat was sick, man. Tim J, he said he shook the way Willie stepped to Joshua-Dubois. Willie's style might be all wrong for Dubois. You know what I mean? Dubois hasn't looked like he's had any fire in his stomach, and I don't know if he can recapture that. You see, like, what boxers don't understand, and I'm saying this as an elder who watched it for a long time, I see the patterns, right? When Joshua-Dubois started, now I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with Virgil Hunter. You see, when he started, he was murdering people, he was beating up people, he was relentless, but there's only a certain period you can keep doing that, yeah? When you're burying opponents that you're expecting to bury, you're not going to keep that intensity, like, consistently. Eventually, it's going to dip. There's not just going to be a continuity to it. Like me, can't even say my words, right? That you're just going to keep that fire knocking over sea-level competition. You've got to step up, so that way you can reignite the fire, if you're able to reignite the fire. But he hasn't did that. I think he's stagnated. That's what he's did. And Willie, he's got over that Craig, not Craig, what's his name? Lennox, what's his name again? Lennox Clark. He's got over that defeat. And he's up for it, man. He's up for it. Yeah, he's up for it. Crazy. That could be an upset, you know. And you see what he was doing the other day? Oh, I'm thinking about holding out for the Anthony Yarde fight. Don't do it, brother. Don't do it. Do not hold out. And he didn't. I'm glad he did. You need a fight, man. Listen, whatever Anthony Joshua and Tunde are doing is something that they decided to take on. I think a lot of times, like people like me and others, we're probably too quick to judge. We have to see what's happening. But all I know is Yarde, like, let's not look at Yarde. Let's look at Frank Warren. When Frank Warren heard that Yarde is not going to sign his part of the agreement to fight Dubois, what do you think Frank did? Frank went extra hard to make sure Willie got that shot. That fight. With Dubois. He made sure extra hard. Okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to make you have to enjoy everybody talking about the press conference, or you're going to watch it. Knowing that was your position. Top, Queensbury, light heavy. And now we've got the Scottish kid talking smack. Yeah, I'm going to win it and go on to fight for world titles. And he looks serious as well. Maybe he might achieve it. Imagine if he beats up Dubois. Then what? How's Yarde going to feel? If Willie puts the hands on Dubois, and it's not beyond the realms of possible, right? Willie is going to be feeling himself, yeah? Willie, this is what you have to know about Willie, yeah? Willie was a top amateur at youth level, and then he fell off when he got to the seniors. Then when he went pro, you know, he did what he'd done, started at 175, dropped down to 168, got beaten by Lennox Clark, it looked all over. But Dubois has it all but see, Dubois has pressure. People saying, yeah, Joshua got pressure. No, Dubois has pressure. He hasn't even fought for a world title yet. He's been at world title level, ranked way longer than Willie has. Right? The expectation is on Dubois. Willie's going to go out there and look to pull off another upset. This fight is going to see. We're going to see where Joshua-Dubois is at, man. Yeah, we're going to see. Oh, no. Pauline, yeah, nearly did a Derek and launched a chair, yeah. Pauline said, yeah. His own dad has said he gambled most what he made. Who, Eubank? Nah, tell me no, Pauline. Seriously. That's waste man business, bruh. Proper waste man business. That's probably why he's waiting for the Conor Ben fight. Waste man business. Man playing poker. What are you playing poker for? What the fuck are you doing? You playing poker with all them old fucking people around you playing for years. Well, you think you're going to be better than them? Poker. And why are you playing for such big stakes? People are crazy. Toby Bartlett, big up. Lisa, big up. Anthony Mackin, what's up? Lisa Bells. Eubank gamble off all that money he's made. Yeah, he's chasing the dragon. That's what happens to gamblers. See what happens to gamblers? You chase the dragon, bro. Chase the dragon. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a great card. I think it's a very good card, though. I think it's a very good card. Great? I don't know about great. But then again, it depends. No, actually, I probably disagree. I'm probably in the middle. You know what I mean? There's some excellent fight. Like, Boatsi versus Willie is an excellent fight. The main event, excellent. Yeah? Tyler Denny versus Shiraz, that's as good as it gets as far as I'm concerned. That's an excellent fight. So I'm in the middle. They're 50-50 match. Listen, when that card goes off, right, then we're going to see all you people saying, oh, it's not this and that. When it goes off, you'll see what's not good from what's not good. You'll see. Christopher Stomp says, Triple Knee doesn't deserve to be anywhere near a belt or an AJ payday. This is 100% boxing bullshit. He has done fuck all. Parker Zhang, etc. has done 100% more. Yeah, but AJ beat Parker already. He's beat Parker. You could say Zhang. Like people who, why does he need to fight Parker again? He won by UD. Parker wasn't a threat to AJ, even though his form is good. Like the only reason for AJ to fight Parker again would be if there's a belt at stake. Zhang, that's a new contender. That's a new fighter. I can see that one. But Parker, if he's defending the belt, yeah. Yeah. Christopher Stomp says, hope AJ retires Triple Knee once and for all. But look, I tell you what, man. Not being funny, right? Hrgovic's pressure to me wasn't like he landed, but his pressure weren't that impressive to me. His presence in the ring, just like if AJ puts it on Dubois, he's gonna quit. Trust me, he's either gonna get knocked out or he's gonna quit. AJ won't quit. Dubois would have to knock AJ out. They have to knock him out. Big up Toby Bartlett. Dubois will bring it, that's for sure. He won't be dragged. He won't want to be dragged into a dogfight. I thought quite the opposite. He'd want to make it a dogfight, wouldn't he? That's what he did against what's his name, Hrgovic. I thought he would want to make it a dogfight. You mean like he's got the disadvantage in reach and height? I don't think he's got as much skill as AJ. I would have thought he would try and take AJ into the trenches. AJ was number one and lost to Usyk, so no number two. The fact Triple Knee has a vacant belt is bullshit. Hey, I'm not going to argue the way Triple D, I couldn't D till he pisses me off. Look, let's keep it real, yeah? You're fighting for a belt against a man who beat you both. Yeah? Let's be under no disillusion. We're not going to do what the PVC fans do when Tank's fighting for baby belts. You wonder, how did you get that strap? We'll be honest. You're fighting for a belt that a man vacated who beat you both. Let's keep it real. Pauline says Fury ain't going to get his go at Undisputed. Well, I disagree with that, Pauline. Yeah, if he does fight Usyk again, I still see Usyk, and like the lineal title is more important. If because Usyk still maintains the lineal title, no one could take that from him unless you're in the ring. Yeah, so Fury still has a shot at glory. He'll be lineal champion, which to me is more important than, you know, whether he won the 4 belts or not. Christopher Stomp thinks Chisora and even plodding Pharmacy White would beat Triple Knee. Alex Bellotti, they disrespected Barrett. He assured he was getting the title shot, and he really should have got the shot. Did they assure him? I tell you what, now you brought that up, yeah, and I think Kai brought it up. Pat Barrett won't be happy about that. They won't be happy. They won't be happy. Because, look, like, Zelfa looked good against, what's his name? He looked good in his last fight. Against the guy who knocked out Conlon. Forgot his name now. Denny versus Shiraz is poor? How is Denny versus Shiraz poor? Have you been watching boxing recently? Nah, I disagree with you, bro. Disagree with that. How is Denny versus Shiraz poor? So what? So inactive. See, this is the thing. An inactive Chris Eubank, whose best form is sharing a win and loss with Beefy. That would have been a better fight. I'd rather see Tyler Denny get the shot before Eubank. Inactive Chris Eubank. What are you talking about? So who should Fisher have fought then? Right? Look who the middleweight champions are fighting. Look who Johnny Beck is fighting, and Lara. Fighting strippers. And Italian pizza makers. Come on now. It's a good card. It's a good card. And they're only going to charge, what was it, 20? 20 pounds? D-Star says Warrington fighting outside the Leeds. Yeah, fighting at Wembley. What's happened to Lee Wood? That seemed like it should have been Lee. Like Lee Wood should have got that fight before Zelfa, but Zelfa should have got that fight before Warrington. I'm not going to argue on that. Definitely. Jordan Gill, that's who he beat. Jordan Gill. Whew. Josh Kelly versus Liam Smith. Yeah. I don't know. Who wins that? Who wins that? Josh Kelly versus Liam Smith. Has Liam got anything left in the tank that he can take? If he takes Josh into deep waters, if he's able to like fight like he did against Jesse Vargas and some of his previous performances, he definitely beats Josh. Alex Bellotti, they'll be adding an extra fight or two to the card according to Dan Raphael, so it will get better. Yeah, like who's Mark Chamberlain fighting? I haven't really went into that. I'm not sure who he's fighting. Okay, Alex Bellotti is saying Hearn disrespected Zelfa, and Warren disrespected Bentley. So you think Bentley, okay, it should be Bentley and Shiraz, but that'd be an all Queensbridge fight. So, like, I'm saying Queen, what are we talking about? Well, listening to Illmatic? All Queensbridge fight. All Queensberry fight. So, they're trying to spread the love, isn't it? They're trying to spread the love amongst all the promoters. Wasserman, Boxer, Queensbury, and Matchroom. But yeah, you got some fair points, Alex. You got some fair points. I'm not gonna lie. You got some fair points. You do make some. At least you're making fair points. You're not just trashing it. You have made some fair points. A few of you made fair points. I'm not gonna lie. All of you have made fair points who have been disappointed. You have made fair points. You have made fair points. You know what I mean? Hey, Tyler Denny is my fighter right now, bro. Tyler Denny is going into fights where he's not favored to win, doing his thing. You know what I mean? Anthony Mackin expects Shiraz to win. Christopher says Warren and Hearn going to cry when Usyk retires. Fury for good. When Usyk retires, Fury for good. And it's Usyk versus AJ Free. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Like, to be honest, I saw it twice already. I don't want to see that fight again. I don't want to see AJ fight him again. Be honest with you. I don't want to see it, man. Let Fury get me. Like, let Fury fight Usyk, man. And let him go back at the cruiser. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit, man. All right, Christopher, stop, right? I'm going to read your comment, but you know I've got to edit it because this beats. A certain channel will still make videos that AJ is scared of triple knee. The shite he has pushed for the last several years against AJ is ridiculous. Right. You know what I mean, Chris? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So maybe some people make content to try and stir people up. Paulie said, yep, Junior gambled off his money like a little idiot, you know. You know what I mean? Buying these little fancy cars and stuff. Wow. Nah, he has been with Gad, Pauline. Eubank Jr. has been with Gad. He's been with Gad. He's definitely been with Gad. Yes. Jay Woods, big up. Jam down. Manners and respect to all. Boxing Hotspur. Denny is a real one, making it off the tools to go full time. Yeah. But Shiraz will likely be a class above. Probably just be too big and powerful. But we'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see. Arguably, this is his best opponent. Yeah. Tyler Denny is probably his best opponent. Toby Bartlett, I'd be a little pissed off if I was Lee Wood. Josh Warrington getting the fight, but he's not. He's not signed to Matchroom and wanted too much bag off the Warrington fight. Where does he go from here? These fighters are making these decisions, man. I thought he had a nice little run at Matchroom, but he wasn't happy. Like Chantel Cameron. They weren't happy. I mean, does Chantel Cameron know that Frank Warren was cited as one of the individuals who attributed to Jane Couch's decline in mental health because of the shit that like Frank and the other Frank Maloney were doing. And the British Boxing Board of Control. But you signed with, like, okay. You've left Eddie Hearn, who brought women's boxing back globally. You left him to go to Frank Warren, who verbally condemned women's boxing on more than one occasion. And the receipts are out there. So I don't know what these fighters are doing, man. Christopher Stump beats. Who do you rate as the best boxing channels on YouTube? Got to say yourself and Ring IQ. Me. Me! That's all! Me! Mahogany. Twin's name was Ebony. Yeah, you know the buzz. You know the buzz. Yeah, hey. Oh, Lisa. I wanted to do a video on that, but I'm not. I tell you what, Lisa. I might come back and do a video on that. On the origins. Yeah, Keris One and Lord Jamar. It's getting deep. Pauline, you been following it? Yeah, it's getting very deep, man. The foundational black Americans are claiming back this spot. They ain't having it, bro. They're not having it. They're trying to say that whip and the Latinos they didn't rep. They didn't contribute to the origins of the art form. I don't know, man. What, man, like Crazy Legs and shit. A lot of the percussion that hip hop used early was Latin percussion. I don't know. I definitely want to discuss it. Christopher Stamp, he says, everybody's saying Triple G will knock out AJ. AJ has never been knocked out, for fuck's sake. He got up 4 times against Ruiz and wanted to continue fighting. Yeah, he did want to continue. He did. Big up Kieran Malcolm with the super chat. Blessings to you, Beats. Dubois' father came out and said he didn't drop AJ, but he in fact rocked him to the ropes. Okay. His father witnessed the spar. Okay. Joshua-Dubois didn't look happy about his opponent comparing him to Spider. No, he didn't. Willie knows how to wind up these South Londoners, man. Willie knows how to wind up these South Londoners. Boxing Hotspur says Buatsi getting beat handily. Willie will smoke him beats. The ADHD coming in clutch. I tell you what, man. I like that fight. That's what I'm going to say. I like that fight. I like it. Willie's on his game right now. Right? He mentally knows what he's got to do to get in his opponent's head. And he's got the win, the career-defining one behind him. Yeah? And he's got another shot on the big stage. This is a great card. Buatsi, we're going to need to see that potential that we spoke about for how many years. We're going to need to see that now. Forget about Anthony Yard. Yard's already had his 2 cracks at a title. You ain't had a crack yet. Yeah? That Yard fight for now is dead. It's dead. Whoever killed it, It's dead. If it was supposed to happen, it would have probably happened a couple of years back. LT, he likes Buatsi versus Hutchinson. Me too. Boxing Hotspur, AJ Dubois is going to be warfare. Buzzing for it. Whew. Yeah. LT says Dubois better work on that D. Work on that D, Daniel. Guzzy, chase the dragon also has another meaning. Kid Stacy. Another super chat in the building, people. Big up my man Tone with the super chat. Big yourself up, sir. Yes, indeed. Big up. Pauline, Early start at Wembley that day. S. Park would have been the most boring fight out of all of them. Park? Who's Park? 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 Who's Park? What am I missing here, S? Park. I don't know. Touch gloves. Says, hey, newbie, thanks to Lisa. Good luck on your channel. Big up, Touch Gloves 21. Ulix. Zhang and Parker on the WBO route. Triple G and AJ on the IBF route. And both guys beat the number 1 and number 2 in that IBF ranking. Okay. Parker would have been the most boring fight out of all of them, says S. I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that. I actually agree. When he fought AJ, it was a boring fight. That was the first boring fight AJ had. Was with Joseph Parker. First boring fight. Boxing Hotspur. When was the last time AJ was in with someone young and truly believes he can win? I'm so excited for it. Well, how old was Andy Ruiz? He was undefeated. No, we weren't undefeated. How old was he when he fought AJ? I don't know about that. Well, we'll see, innit? We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Big up the super chats. Touch Gloves 31. Appreciate the super chat. Big yourself up. Boxing Hotspur. Eubank will bottle it and lose on points to Shiraz. Denny will die trying. Yeah, Eubank's been inactive, right? Got spanked up by Beefy. He looked good in his second, but in the rematch, how long ago was that? How long ago was that? It was a long time back. He hasn't followed that up. You know what I mean? Let Denny get a crack, bro. Denny active, and he fancies it. Let Denny have a crack. I agree with Boxing Hotspur. You know what I mean? Eubank must be waiting around for that Conor Ben fight. I don't know why he's doing that. Why do like Joshua-Dubois? I'm gonna wait for Yard. Are you fucking mad? You need to fight, rude boy. You need to get active. You already turned down the Bibble fight. Anthony Mackin, I don't think that Eubank has any interest in boxing right now. Big up Lisa Bells. Anthony Mackin, Eubank Jr. had always been a name because of his dad. Can't lie. Can't lie. You know what I mean? And that's what he's living off now. You know what I mean? He's living off fumes right now. Carver Serene says, not the pizzeria employees. Yeah, man. Fighting pizzeria employees. You know what I mean? Like a good pizza pie. Like Johnny Beck. You know what I mean? We got all pizza crust around his mouth for his fucking fights and shit. No disrespect, right? The Italian he fought in that unification was absolutely dreadful. I tell you what, Tyler Denny would whip that. And he won a belt. You won a belt. Who you beat to win a belt? Tyler Denny would beat that guy. And Shiraz would beat him. Amo Williams would beat him. And even Felix Cash would probably have beat that guy. As bad as Felix looked. Eubank would have beat. You got to a title shot. Come on, man. We've had 2 good middleweight fights. And we're getting a continuation, right? From Amo versus Shiraz. Now we're getting Shiraz versus Denny. This is winner stays on shit, bruh. Felix Cash must be gutted right now. He's feeling gutted. Tyler Denny took his spot, bruh. Yeah. Tyler Denny took his spot. took his spot. LT, Kelly versus Smith is intriguing. It is, you know something? Kelly's fights are always intriguing till Kelly gets in the ring and stinks the flipping place out. I don't like watching Josh Kelly fight, man. I'm hoping Beefy beats him up, man. Oh, Beefy beats the brakes of Josh Kelly. I don't like watching Josh Kelly fight. He annoys me. Josh Kelly really annoys me. I tell you what boxers annoy me? Jessica McCaskill. Watching Jessica McCaskill is frustrating. Josh Kelly, frustrating. I'm not going to put Sonny Edwards in there. He's not my cup of tea. But I liked his last fight against Bam. Yeah. But Jessica McCaskill, Josh Kelly, who else? So them two there. Can't stand watching them fight. Can't stand watching them fight. Horrible watching them fight. Boxing Hotspur says Beefy beats Kelly if he's got anything left. Good domestic matchups on the card I like. Yeah, there's some good domestic matchups, man. Blitz Tactique. He says he's an Aboriginal Australian. He supports his black American brothers and sisters. European males enslaved and colonized and subjugated our people for over 300 generations. Tank Davis is the face of boxing. But that's your opinion, bro, and you're entitled to it. You know what I mean? The Hideout. Beefy beats Josh, in my opinion. Josh is way too inconsistent, Meeks. It is intriguing to see who's got anything, left. It is intriguing. Blitz. This guy's on some fight the power shit. Blitz Tactique. Facts. Sabriel Matthias outlanded the colonizer for the vast majority of the fight. I'm still shocked that the judges gave Liam Paro the wide UD win. Puerto Ricans love their colonizers. Shaking my head. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah. I'll tell you what. It was a close fight. But if anyone is listening to these comments from Blitz, if any people have earned the right to complain about colonial rule, it's Aborigines. I'm not going to lie. It's Aborigines. I've actually spoke to some Aborigines in person, and they got stories, bro. They got stories. Stories from years back, their ancestors, to modern day. But I don't know about Paro being a colonizer, though. I don't know. Just looks like a boxer, a working class boxer trying to make his way. I think you're confusing Liam Paro for the status quo, and that's where me and you disagree. I thought the fight was close, though. I did think it was close. I thought Paro. You know what Sabriel Matthias' issue was? He didn't do no defense, did he? He didn't do any defense, really. He just walked forward relentlessly, just throwing shots. He didn't do no defense. You got to do some defense, man. Sylvester, do you think they should add Yard to the card? Well, it's not a matter of what I think. He's not getting on that card. There's no way he's getting on that card. Listen, the reason I done a hangout is that I don't have time to edit a video about the September card. This is the reason I'm doing it. What people have to know, right? And it's a horrible reality for some people. I think especially for young people, because like they've been led to believe that because they're on social media, that everything is possible. And everything is possible. But it's not as easy to achieve certain things like social media will tell you. You can't just walk into a boardroom without one of the main promoters in the UK or in America and make deals. You can't just do that. Didn't you see what they done to Audley Harrison back in the early part of this millennium? And then Frank Maloney, when he turned into a cross-dresser on the Big Brother program, said, "Oh yeah, Audley, we had to get you out." Why did they have to get him out? Because he formed his own promotional company and cut a deal with BBC. That was unheard of. That's unheard of. And Frank Warren and Barry Hearn, the British Boxing Board of Control, they came for his clout. Eventually, he ended up fighting on Frank Warren cards and on Barry Hearn's and an Eddie Hearn card. He actually got Eddie Hearn his leg up in the game, didn't he? With the David Haye fights. First up the prize fighter tournaments and David Haye fight. Yeah, he had to give out to the powers to be. You can't just do that. If you piss off Frank Warren, right? Let's say I'm a boxer. I'm not going to name the parties who you're thinking of. I'm not going to name them, right? I'm a boxer, yeah? And I get into a dispute with Frank Warren. Frank Warren's trying to make a fight with Ben Shalom, with me. And I say, nah, Frank, I'm not rolling with you on this. And then I start phoning up the boxer who is signed to Ben Shalom. There's a good chance Ben Shalom is going to blow you off and say, boy, you know what I mean? I'm not getting involved in that. You think I'm going to get involved in this dispute with Frank Warren? And then, like, sign a deal for you to fight our guy, and now Frank is steaming and fuming, making phone calls to people that I really don't need the aggro from. No, you're not gonna do it. If you did that, there's a good chance there wouldn't be a fucking boxer fight on this card. You can't just go over people's heads. You can't just go. See, a lot of people say, what I've noticed, right? A lot of people say, yeah, you know what I mean? To forget all the loyalty shit, you just cut everyone off. Just fuck up everyone over. You can't do that. You can't do that in boxing. You need to make alliances and you need to know how to be cordial. You can't do that. How long do you think you'll last? I'm not saying they're invincible, but you're dealing with old money and the old boy network. You can't just cross them over like that. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. All that time you've been studying how to box, they've been studying how to do business for 4 or 5 times longer. Their lineage goes back how fucking far? Frank Warren used to do unlicensed fucking shit just up the road there at Finsbury Park and the Rainbow Theatre. Frank Warren's been battling the British Boxing Board of Control since 1980, before you've been born. Frank Warren bailed out the British Boxing Board of Control from going into liquidity. Frank Warren is connected. This boxing game isn't what people think. You're dealing with old money, with old ties. It's almost like what my guy was Blitz talking about colonialism. Hey, it's not no joke. It's not no joke, bro. Can't just cross people like that. And if you do have an issue with your contract, do not go on social media. Stay off social media and let your lawyer handle it. Stay off social media. Big up, Tone. Stay off it. Stay off social media and handle your shit properly. Grow up. You listen. Frank Warren and Barry Hearn knew each other before they got into being licensed by the board. When they was doing vending machines at clubs, they were running into each other, hustling on the streets of London. The old guard before them, they used to call them the cartel and the syndicate. It's not just the nickname. Yeah? Mickey Duff had beef with the Cray twins and didn't back down. These people, listen, anyway, it's not, you can't just walk in like that. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make deals and cut deals. Can't do that, bro. You need to make alliances first, and you need to prove yourself before you get that foothold into making big deals. You can't do that. Not in this industry, and not in many other industries either. Yeah? Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Patrick says Beats, the most knowledgeable boxing analyst on YouTube. Appreciate that. Appreciate that comment. Big yourself up. Yeah. Yeah, Ruiz was about 30. Touch close. He's about 30. Just being real. Just being honest with you, man. Like, big up Joe Stunner. Says good card. You know what I mean? And Joe's a veteran. Joe knows. He says good card. You know what I mean? I think Joe would agree. It's not great, yeah, but it's a very good card. It's a good card. You know what I mean? Like for £20, like Lord of mercy. Yeah. Yeah. There's certain things you got to adhere to. You know what I mean? You've got to go through the process. I tell you what, right? All these boxers talking about free agent. Oh, free agent. You wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in Frank Warren's shoes. 5 fucking minutes. You wouldn't have lasted in Frank Warren's shoes to get where Frank is as a promoter. You wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. You're tough in the ring. Frank is tough in the business of boxing promotions. He's as tough as boots, bro. You're tough in the ring. 2 different things. 2 different things. These are like, even Ben Shalom, right? You see Ben Shalom, yeah, right? When I listened to October Red's interview, you know, like Ben spent 13 grand of his own money, and that's a lot of money. I don't care what nobody says, right? Just to lock down the name brand boxer, just to own the name, 13 grand, right? That means this is someone who's committed, right, to his promotional company, and this is way before he signed the Sky deal. Right? He was sending off letters to Sky, BT, to Top Rank, to this label, ITV, to get jobs. And he said that he used to sit around on these white chalkboards, writing up what roster he wanted, who he wanted to sign, how his cards wanted to be. He's got ADHD. But this is the kind of this kind of commitment, right, is what a lot of the boxers have to boxing. These guys have it in the business of boxing. You're not just going to walk in there and you haven't proven yourself. You can't just walk in there and cut deals. You can't. Who tried that the other day? Remember when David Hay David Hay has actually put promotions on Sky. Haymaker Promotions, him and Adam Booth. They've actually did that, right? So they don't when it's talking, they did it. But when they tried to cut that deal with Tony Bellew to make that fight, Everybody said, oh, it was Eddie Hearn screwed it. No, no, it wasn't. You're wrong. You're wrong. Sky weren't going to allow anyone. You can't. Listen, the Hearns have been there since it started. And Frank Warren have been at Sky since it started. You're not cutting no deal. Yeah? You're not cutting no deal and cutting the Hearns and like with the Hearns not knowing. It's not happening. It's not happening. So that's a serious battle. Frank Warren was Mendy's best man at his wedding. Yeah, Ambrose. Yeah. Right. See, all Ambrose Mendy. When Ambrose Mendy came in the game as a black man in the 80s, and the other one, De Freitas. I got an interview with Ambrose Mendy, and there's a lot of stuff I know, which I'm not going to say. I'm just not going to say. These people ain't no joke, bro. When them rappers talk, oh, I'm thorough. No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's just say that. No, you are not. No, you are not. These people ain't no joke, bro. Can't just walk in. You can't. Like, imagine that. I'll tell you what, right? Let's go back to the 70s and 80s when Don King and Bob Arum, you go and try and muscle in on what they're doing, right? And when Don Braverman gets hold of it, when Don King sends Don Braverman to come get you, listen, it's not a joke, bro. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Can't do that. Anthony Mackin said, like I said, these boxing promoters like the five families in The Godfather. They don't trust each other, but are always willing to work with each other. There you go, Anthony. There you go. They don't trust each other, but they're all willing, and they would rather work with who they know than these newcomers coming in. No. Anthony Mackin says, like you say, you are going up against the old boys network. Yeah, old money. They have old money. Samuel says, beats hype. Yeah. Yeah, it's real shit. Gold Boss, he says, Mendy used to manage the girl when he was with Warren, though. Yeah, that's the kind of respect Ambrose has. That's the kind of respect Ambrose has. You know what I mean? And you see, you don't hear Ambrose. Yeah, I'm the boss. Yeah, I'm this, that. No, it's just all that's childish. See, people who do that, they haven't grown up. You haven't grown up yet. You haven't grown up. All that childish shit. Yeah, where do you see Jay Prince? Yeah, I'm the boss, Jay Prince. No, you don't do that. You see, Suge Knight did all that shit, and look what's happened to him. You don't do that shit there. You don't do that shit. That's not how you do it, bro. You didn't hear Mickey Duff. Yeah, I'm gonna come get this for the. No, I'm a businessman. My Mickey, I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. Don't do that clown shit, bro. Anyone you see going online talking about what they're going to legally do and this and that, you're not serious about what you're doing. You've just proven you're not ready for this. Touch gloves. Where did Warren get his money and contacts from? That's why he's got a bullet scar on his chest. Well, No, Willie is Scottish, man, Mr. S. He's Scottish. Willie is Scottish. He lives in Scotland. He lives in Scotland. Can't believe Warren got the closest to the Saudis. Even Hearn had to bend the knee, says Art Gold Boss. They're all doing what they have to do to stay afloat. Not even to stay afloat, but to succeed. They're all doing what they have to do. Even Ben Shalom. Everybody's on the train. They've got all the promoters. They've got Wasserman, Matchroom, Boxer, Queensbury. They've got all of them on there. All. They've already bought out. What sanctioning body did the Saudis buy out the other day? They bought them out. They bought them out, bro. And now they're going to buy this league. They're just going to be buying out the promotional outlets. See? You ever heard Turkey Ellis? You know what I mean? Come on. Yeah, I'm a boss, man. I'm a boss. Look at me, bro. I'm the boss. Nah, just gets it done. Gets it done. Yeah, man, I want 2 Ferraris. I'll send you 2 boxing gloves, Tank. The man don't talk. If you talk about what you're going to do in business, that means you should save that for rap. That works well if you're making rap songs. Yeah? That like if you're going to do all that business talk, put in a rap on a beat. Anthony Mackin, as my dad always says, you have to learn to kiss ass before you can kick it. That's what Frank Bruno said. That's what Frank Bruno said back in the day. When our community, Anthony, were calling him my Uncle Tom, that's what he said. That's what he said. John Akinpelu says, Triple D got AJ mad. That means we are getting a good fight. Hopefully so. Boxing Hotspur. Frank Warren, hate him or love him, he is a survivor and wiser than you can imagine in your darkest nightmares. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It looked like it was over for Frank. You know what I mean? When they were going over his books and the audits on Company House. He still recovered. Recovered. Joe Stunner, big up Wizard Sleeves. Big up what he says, you said playing with Fury. Yeah, he's playing with him now. He's toying with him now. Give up one of the belts, he's toying with him. He's toying with him. He's enjoying this now. He's playing with the board. I'll throw AJ. I'll throw AJ and Daniel a bone. Maybe Fury can fight the winner since I beat up all you Brits. He's toying with us now. He's toying. Usyk's toying with everyone now. Yeah. Big up Wizards. Joe Stunner said Frank Warren began with nothing. Has been everything from shot to bankrupted, yet has survived 40 years in a cutthroat game. This man is as mentally as tough as they come. When near the time he got shot, he was doing this London Arena project. I don't think that was boxing related, but it was a big, big project. And he lost millions. When he got shot, the investors got scared, his business partners got scared, and he lost millions in that. And he came back from it. Come back from the shooting. Yeah. Most of these boxers last 5 minutes. Because I tell you what, man. One of the LDBC people, they made a little crack. I used to be cool with them, and I told them something, you know what I mean, like, just between me and them. And it was about business. But business, like, people talk about it, but you got to be, like, on it. If you're going to go into big business, you got to be fucking on it, bro. Because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It's good being in a business because it's yours. So, you know, like, you're driven to try and succeed. Whereas work, you might just go in, clock out. and do what you got to do. But it's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you know when you got a business and you've tried everything, and there seems like you're never going to turn the corner. That's the worst feeling. Is like, do you know how much people that took their lives in that situation? Man? Took their lives, or just went under, mentally cracked and broke. I can't save my business. You know what I mean? And like, yeah. Wizard Sleeves, Toby, cancelled my Fury fan club membership today. So all great. I didn't realize you had one in the first place, Wizards. Yeah. Lisa, it's so true. You'd think they would care about the health and growth of boxing talks and walks. Anthony Mack and Peter De Freitas, same thing. As he said himself, you don't want to make me your enemy. You see that Peter De Freitas, bro? They grew up in a different London. These are a different breed. Yeah? Peter De Freitas was a man who beat up far right wing thing, him and whoever he was associated with, mashed them up, bro. Even Nigel Benn used to beat up skinheads up Ilford. You know what I mean? You see where Eddie's from, like Brentwood and everything, Essex and that place. Them places used to be well racist. I don't know people can say it didn't. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was. It probably not as bad as it was. Them places were racist. Essex. Yeah, Peter De Freitas, bro. Yeah, it wasn't a joke. Peter De Freitas wasn't no joke, bro. That's how the man managed to rise up in the game and succeed. That London man, that East End London man, back in the days when there used to be a lot of Jewish boxers, Mickey Duff used to be one of them. And yeah, you have to be about that life, bro. You have to be about that life. Star Fox, only a Scotsman could be called Willie. Joe Stunner said Ambrose did time, but still had top people wanting to work with him afterwards. Why? Because he knows his stuff that can make people money. Yes. Yes. Yep. And that's like that's the game, bruh. That's the game. That's the game. If you're gonna go into business, you got to be like you got to make no. You got to let people take you serious. If they see you start styling and talking and letting the real businessmen, they're not gonna take you. They're not gonna take you serious. They're not gonna take you serious. They'll try and get you out of the circle ASAP. When the DJ plays Frank's walk on music at Riyadh season, that's out of respect, not for a laugh. Yeah, man. Willy Wonka. Wonka, Scottish. Ari Gold Boss. Yes, it was after he got shot. The London Arena went away. Yeah. Afro Jam. Wizard Sleeves. Said, you're a female. Are you a female, Wizard Sleeves? I would have never guessed that. That's how you come in a minute. Is that true? I didn't know that. Afro Jam. What happened to Samuel Antwi? He's always entertaining. He won the British 154 title versus Mason Cartwright. I know what you're talking about. Well, got to keep winning. That's what's happened to him. You got to keep winning. You got to keep winning, man. You know what I mean? That fight was good, man. That Mason Cartwright fight was good. Touch Gloves says Boxer has done a lot for boxing. He's got different promoters to talk and make fights. Ari Gold Boss, he says, beats with the knowledge. Big yourself up. Big yourself up. Oh, he was due to be on the undercard for the Undisputed back in February before being pulled out. Yeah, Frank discharged himself from hospital like a crazy man. Yeah, after getting shot. Yeah. That's something out of a film, isn't it? Discharging yourself from hospital after you've been shot. Sazad Maya says, I've been watching you recently, bro, and you have a very similar humor to another channel. Okay, both my favorite channels. A lot of people would disagree with what you say, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Big yourself up, Sazad. Big yourself up. Toby Bartlett. Frank answers trolls on the internet from his £1 million mansion. They troll him from behind an avatar from their mum's basement. Star Fox. I couldn't work for somebody who would take time off for gunshot wounds. Getting leave would be a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why, he's got his sons trained up. You know what I mean? To do what they got to do. Like Francis, is it Francis? He's apparently he's supposed to be a brain box, an absolute brain box. Aaron Daly said, yourself, Base the Kid, on October Red are the best on YouTube. Hopefully, you'll all get rich from YouTube. If you're not already. Chinged up, yeah? Getting chinged up. Ching ching. Sazad Maya, is Josh Kelly a hype job? I don't know about Josh. Big up John Dealey. Okay. Wizard Sleeve and Sazad not impressed with women's boxing. A lot of people are not. And if you know, the Saudis haven't put no women on the cards. They're not going on the cards. And the reason they're not going on the cards, a lot of people ain't gonna like it, is because a lot of people think like Wizards and Sazad. There's a lot of dudes who are not into it. And what it is, because everything has gone kind of politically correct these days, a lot of people are shielded from what people really think about things. Like all them women's pundits on football, there's a lot of dudes who don't want them there. I don't really want a woman's pundit. Even in boxing, they don't want women's pundits. And you know what their logic is, and there are some good women's pundits. There are some very good ones. Where they're coming from? And I watch women's boxing. You know what I mean? I do. And I like a lot of women's boxing. But you see with football, from a little boy, and this is a lot of you, it's experiences. Yeah? There was a stage in your life and my life that every opportunity you got to kick a football, you'd kick it. Every opportunity you got to watch football, play football, or talk about football would be occupied by football. You go to matches, you play for your school team, you play for the district, you play for Sunday league teams, you play in a park, you play outside your house. Anywhere there is to play football, it is what it is. How much girls were there when we went through that initiation? There was none. There was none. There was none. Now, all of a sudden, men are supposed to sidestep and let women become pundits and commentary and this, that, and that. And that is the truth. And yes, you see, like when people like Yard don't accept the purse bid because they think they should get paid more, you're finding out how much your fights are really worth. And women are now finding out how much women's boxing is actually financially worth. Because if there was money in it and it was profitable and they had an audience, it would have been on the Saudi shows. This is the bottom line of it. It would have been on the Saudi shows. So they have to wait now until they sort out all this league structure next year. And we'll see what is what, who is who, and what's doing what. And then when it trickles through, then you'll start seeing female boxing come back up again. You know what I mean? You see what your worth is. It's like, you know, the WNBA. You hear a lot of people talk, oh, look how brilliant it is. Yes, okay, you're saying it's brilliant, but without the funding from the NBA, it would be on its ass. That's honesty. You got to be honest. It would be on its ass. Star Fox hit the nail on the head. Women don't support women's sports themselves. You hit the nail on the head, right? Women have a lot of disposable income in 2024, a whole lot. And they can't deny that. Women have a lot of disposable income. But they don't want to spend that on no boxing tickets to watch Katie Taylor or Savannah Marshall or Clarissa Shields. They're not spending it on that. Then it will be sustainable. How comes no business women, and there's a, see the thing, this is 2024, there's a lot of powerful business women out there. Loads of them, right? This is 2024. There are loads of them. Why are they not investing in women's boxing? Why? Because you're waiting for Eddie Hearn. You're waiting for the Saudis. You're waiting for Frank Warren. You're waiting for the men. Because ultimately, if the men don't go through the terraces and the turnstiles and pay that pay-per-view and pay that subscription, and that's just being honest. There's no more, I know, if anyone thinks there's a more complex explanation to it or there's more nuance to it than what I said, I'll leave a link there. Because I don't want to be accused of being sexist, because I'm not sexist. There's no need for me to be sexist. It's a waste of time, right? That's the truth. It's the same with Yard. You turn down the fight when the purse bid will tell you what the value of the fight is worth. Why are you running from it? Why are you asking for more than what the purse bid would show you? Yeah. Joe Stunner said, London in the 70s and 80s was a different place to now. NF, yep. National Front, British National Party. Remember Kayla versus Christie? Yep. Scary times, yes. Yeah, totally different. Totally different. Totally different place. No CCTV camera or anything like that. So if they're going to go rob your house or your business, yeah. John Dealey, all good. Aaron Daly enjoying the sun in the Costa del Brum. I like it. I like it. Big up the Bourbon and Massive. Star Fox, the WNBA needs your support too. It is what it is. It is what it is. I've paid for what was what card was pay-per-view, female pay-per-view? I paid. I wanted to see the show. But there's a lot of people who don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. When it comes on, they get annoyed. And I'm going to hear what Anthony Mackin says, and then I'll reply. At Beats, the Saudis only allowed their women to drive a few years ago. Yeah. There is no way they will allow women to box on their shows. Not over there, yeah. It's very unlikely they're going to do that. Very unlikely. Like women being aggressive over there It's just not part of the culture. Not part of the culture. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm saying that's John Dealey. Which women fighters do I enjoy watching box? I like watching Katie Taylor. I do like watching Katie because she takes some good fights. I liked Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. Amanda Serrano is pretty good. What's her name? Hallbeck. Hallbeck. I used to like Hallbeck and Wolf. Good knockouts. There's a few of them. There's a few. I like watching Chantel Cameron box, actually. She's pretty good. I like a couple of Sandy Ryan's performances recently. I like Alicia Baumgardner. Although she like runs out of gas very quick at times, don't she? Yeah, Wizard Sleeve. He says Taylor versus Serrano was a great fight. That was yeah, and we're getting. Are they When's Jake Paul fighting? Is it this Saturday? Is that fight on the card? It was on the Tyson Jake Paul card. Is this still on the card? Serrano versus Katie Taylor. What's happened to that? John Dealey said he played 11-a-side from 8 years old until 32. Yeah, it's addictive. It's addictive. It's addictive. I tell you what, yeah, I played 11-a-side like John Dealey was saying so much, right? Until it got to a stage that if I just touch my shins, both my shins, I'd be in absolute agony. I'd stop playing. And then I'd stop playing. There's just so much football. My shins were feeling the worst away from it. Just touch my shins, absolute agony. Just put constant football, constant. Travel all the way from Watford, from London for football trials. Yeah, man. Anthony Mackin says, I think that equal pay malarkey with USA women's national football team was laughable. Yeah, it's a joke. You've got to be kidding. Got to be absolutely kidding. You know what I mean? You know what? That's overstepping the mark. Alex Bellotti at Aaron Daly Beats is already boiling from YouTube. He just does YouTube in his free time. We're making wicked beats. Big up, Alex. John Dealey. Women don't watch sport. They don't. They don't spend money. Don't spend money. And you know they do. I was telling a lie. They watch men's boxing. There's lots of women who pay. Listen, trust me. There are lots of women who go to much more live events than I do. Go to live events. I know some of them. They watch they watching men's events. They're not going to watch no women's boxing. They're going to men's. They want to watch the men fight. I used to know this girl from New York. Pretty girl, very pretty. But she had a masculine energy. Very pretty. And we was talking about hip hop, man. And she just tore into female MCs, saying, "You're fucking garbage. You can't rap as good as men." This, that. She just tore. And I didn't agree with her. But she purchased hip hop. She purchased it. And it's funny One of the ladies might still be in the chat now. I was shocked when they said they can't put on a podcast because women are just going to bitch and double cross each other. I'm saying what I'm saying, paraphrasing. And I said, boy, surely you guys you could talk it out so that wouldn't happen. So women don't want to fuck with other women in sport like that. That's where the issue is. Touch Gloves 21 said there wasn't any girls football when I was at school, but they have now. It was discrimination. Yeah, I guess so, but at the same time, there wasn't a big demand for it. All the girls I knew growing up in the ends, they didn't want to play football. No, I'm not want to play football. What a lot of girls in the ends, right? They play sports when they were young, and then when they got to around 13, 14, a lot of them became very disinterested with sports. While boys, no, it was 13, 14, 15, want to play more sport than ever. Boxing, Hotspur, women's tennis and athletics are the only sports that are entertaining to watch. Good luck to them. What about women? Women's gymnastics is good. Yeah, well, you see Gabby Logan. She's the daughter of Terry Yoruff, who I used to watch play at White Hart Lane. So when Gabby is talking sport, she's not an unattractive woman. She's quite attractive, but it's almost like speaking to a dude. You know what I mean? She's not going to ask you what the offside rule is or anything like that. She has in-depth knowledge. Like you're saying, yeah, like the dudes will put up with Gabby Logan and not many more. They'll put up with Gabby Logan being a pundit. But you see like what's been happening. There's been a few pundits, female pundits, and they're getting rinsed online. They're rinsing them. And what they do, and I saw one of them. It was with the mixed race girl, and I'll be honest with you, they were just waiting for her to say anything to pick on her. Because the last two times they rinsed her, they were just waiting to rinse her. They were just waiting to rinse her. Because the way they're seeing it, you know, they really, I mean, like you're gonna have to be like Gabby Yoruff, or not Yoruff, Gabby Logan. You're gonna have to be on that level of punditry. I think I think it's different with boxing. Football though is not a welcoming habitat for women, not at all. I think boxing is a bit more welcoming, but football, no. Anthony says exactly. Women don't support other women in sport. For the most part, a woman's disposable is going to be spent on holidays abroad, nights out, makeup and clothes. That's what women. Listen, you go to some dudes who watch football, right? All they got is football memorabilia in their house. Nothing else. Ari Gold Boss. I remember when women liked playing netball. Why try force football when you aren't good at it? Yeah, I like watching. See, athletics. I can watch women's athletics all day, and gymnastics, and tennis, and I can watch a bit of boxing. I can watch a lot of the. I can't watch women's football. I don't know what it is. I can't watch women's football. It's just what am I watching here? I can watch boxing, tennis, athletics, gymnastics, like you say, but football, nah. I was just like, nah. It just doesn't work for me. John Deedy, the push with women's football is not making any money. No, of course not. Yeah, I enjoyed Shields versus Marshall, Ulix. I enjoyed that fight. Sazad, he said he gets pissed off when he sees women's boxing. I'd pay not to watch it. Oh, dear. Mm. Yeah, that's the truth. It's not like they're trying to force it down everyone's throats, Brent. But most women's dispensable income does not go into either watching sports. I think there's the gym. I think gym and self defense. A lot of women are into self defense these days and the gym, working out. But they're not going down to York Hall to watch flipping women box or thing. They're not paying. Toby Bartlett, Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall was the only female card we've seen, Beats. I actually enjoyed that card though. I actually enjoyed it. T said before Turkey took over, they did have a women's fight. Ramla Ali was on the AJ Usyk undercard. Personally, there's a few female fighters I can watch, but you pretty much always know it's going 10. Yeah, but the only reason Ramla was on there is because she was signed to AJ's 258. That's the only reason. She was signed to, and she's left there. So she can forget about that now. She's left. Paul versus Perry in July. Okay. Yeah. That's it, LT. Yeah. Yeah. See, I want to see, but they put that on what is it? Is it Netflix? I think that's on Netflix. I ain't paying Netflix, man. John Dealey. I like Alicia, but not really based on performances. Serrano is good. Yeah, Amanda Serrano is a good fighter. She's a very good fighter. Yeah, Aaron Daly. Sandy Ryan is a good fighter. Did she just turned down the Michaela Meyer fight? See, I want to see. They're the fights I want to see. See, the fights I want to see, they're not giving me. Like, why didn't I get Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields 6 months after they fought? What are they playing? I don't care who Clarissa Shields is fighting next. I want to see you fight Savannah again. Let's see you that fight again. Ari Gold Bossy says his ankles gave up on him playing football. Was that playing football? Yeah, after a time, the wear and tear from football is ridiculously bad, isn't it? It's ridiculously bad. And because it's so addictive, even when you're injured and banged up, you keep playing. You're not letting the injury rest. That's what people who play football damage themselves really bad. Like who was the is it Joe Kinnear? Tottenham defender. Her daughter was talking about suing the league. You're not suing no league now. It's Premiership now. Who are you going to sue? They're all fucking dead, love, from the 70s. They're all dead. Suing. Who are you going to sue? She says because, like, through the duration of his career, heading the ball contributed to is it CTI and made the quality of his life later really poor. That's football, isn't it? Football. Even I was in denial about that. How can heading the ball give you freaking? Of course it can. If you continually nut in the ball, of course it can. Do you serious damage? But when you're playing, it's actually enjoyable heading the ball, not in the ball. It's actually enjoyable. Scoring a diving header. Who's ever scored a diving header? Anthony Mackin, women watch men play sport for sexual reasons for the most part. Yeah, with guys like AJ and Ronaldo, definitely so. Aaron, agreed. I was at the Cash versus Denny fight last weekend, and it was full of gal. Yeah, same with most fights I've been to, apart from the ones in Sheffield, weirdly. Yeah, yeah. Is it Wadi Camacho, the British cruiserweight? He used to have enough gal following him when he fought. I say, how does Wadi get so much gal following him? Anthony Mackin, organized sport today is still based upon the old Roman Colosseum sporting events and glorification of the young male Adonis. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Big up Star Fox, big up Ulix. The Tomboys did to be if Anthony Mackin. The only sports I saw women play in my school days in Jamaica was athletics and netball. What? Shirley Ann Fraser. Shirley Ann. She quick, you see? Shirley Ann Fraser. You got fast, you see? She fast though. Yeah, that's it. Most of the girls didn't even like to do PE. They'll sweat out their hair and stuff. They don't want to do no PE. Anthony Mackin says Gabby Yoroff is very masculine in attitude and facial and size. She's not that big. Who is she? I used to watch Terry Yoroff play. The Welshman, yeah. Passed away. Didn't Gabby represent Wales at gymnastics? I'm not sure. Eni Aluku. Yeah, she got a lot of criticism online as well. Yeah, she got a lot of criticism. A whole load. Jerome Benjamin. Salute beats in the chat. Big up, Jerome. Big up, big up, big up. LT, respect to women who play football, but I can't watch it. I don't find it entertaining. I can't watch women play football. Just can't get into it. Tony said he's playing football with women. Don't like being side tackled. Oh shit. Big up Touch Gloves for the super chat. For the 2 super chats. Big up Tone. Big up Kieran. I don't think is Paul versus Perry on the Zone? Because the Tyson fight was on Netflix, wasn't it? Big up Sean Dell. Big up. Can't wait for the AJ versus Triple D card. Yes, 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 yes. Eubank is a typical IC3 South London mill. You talking about Daddy Eubank? Because Chris ain't from the hood, bro. He ain't from Peck. He ain't from Pecky. But Senior, he's proper Peckham. Proper Peckham. Joe started boxing. Michaela Mayer versus Hamadouche is an incredible women's fight. Yeah, that was a very good fight. That was a very good fight. That was a very good fight. Social joins. The wear and tear is because regular people don't do strength and conditioning. Yes, yeah. The wear and tear is exactly down to what you're saying. Strength, conditioning, stretching, and diet. And diet. You can't be playing them sports for long periods of time and not be eating properly and not be, doing the proper strength and conditioning. You got to get your diet, like you're saying, strength, conditioning, and looking after your body, or after a time. Yeah, I remember Gary Shaw, Peter Whiff, Paul Daly, Gordon Cowans. Oh, they still live by you? Still walks with a limp? Yeah. Gary Shaw, yeah, was a good striker. I mean, Saunders, remember that Ron Saunders? He was a hard bastard, bro. Imagine like, and hey, listen, Villa had a manager named Ron Saunders. And he just looked like the hardest bastard ever. Man taking his top, he was shredded up. Old school white boy. He's like bad man. Ron Saunders, you know. Who remembers Ron Saunders? Proper hard nut, bro. He didn't take no shit from the players, bro. He led them to the league title. When Liverpool were dominating, he led them to the league title, man. Ron Saunders. Flipping hard nuts, bro. Gary Shaw was tipped to be a great when he was young, cut down by injury. Yeah. I didn't realize that, but I remember Gary Shaw. Yeah. Wow. Joe Stunner boxing. Remember heading those leather footballs when they were soaked in water and covered in mud. It was a miracle we haven't all. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Exactly. Just as dangerous as boxing. Like when the ball got soaked in leather. Yeah. I mean, in water. The leather balls got soaked in leather. Because they'd obviously be slightly busted. Slow puncher. And then they get wet up and then you're heading that ball. What? Do they let the kids head the ball these days when they play in school? I don't know if they still allow heading. Frank being a transformer. Frank's not a transformer. What are you talking about? Okay, what are you talking about? Frank's a transformer. Frank's a geezer. Old school hybrid man. Touch Glove says AJ's not her type. She likes Joe Joyce and Joe Parker. Toby Bartlett, Jerome Benjamin, salute. Big up, Toby. Oh, you did win the European Cup, innit? Yeah, you did. Yeah. They had a good team, bro. They had a good team. They had a really good team. Who was their goalkeeper again? I can't remember his name. I think he didn't he do a penalty save in one of your big games. Nigel, no, it was not Nigel Spinks, was it? I can't remember now. Damn, man. Ari Gold Boss, love the history lessons. Are you surprised Kelly is now at middleweight? Not really. Quite a big kid, isn't it? Quite a big kid. But he couldn't punch it like at welter, so I don't know. Let alone 154 or 160. Liam should beat him up, really. Liam should be beat, but it depends what he's got. Remember, Chris put a bad beat in it. Yeah, Nigel Spink replaced Jimmy Rimmer. Yes, in the final. Yes. Yeah. John Dealey said when his son started playing 7-a-side and no heading. Yeah, no heading. Joe Stunner, he says, I remember Joe Ron Saunders, his Villa side pipped Robson's Ipswich. Yeah, they won the European Cup. Good era for football. Yeah. Ron Saunders, boy. Players were shit scared of Ron Saunders. He was just, He was what a grim Midlander. What a grim Midlander. Grim. Just about business. Jerome Benjamin, yeah. I'm sure it was Nigel Spink. I'm sure the game was his debut as well. Stepped in for Jimmy Rimmer. Yeah. Nigel Spinks. Yeah. Yeah, good era, man. Good era. Gary Lineker was ahead. I excused the pun of the game by not heading the ball. Well, Lineker was 6 yard, innit? He was a 6 yard man. Anything on the 6 yard, you had to be careful because he was so quick. Anything around that 6 yard box, bro, Lineker would yam it. Yam that up. Yeah, man. Goal hanger. Yeah, of course he was a goal hanger. All right. But then again, Gerd Muller was a goal hanger, Tone. Well, who else was goal hanger? But they didn't get the reputation that Lineker got. Gerd Muller, he was a bit of a goal hanger. You know what I mean? Touch gloves says Kelly looked like a corpse at the last fight weigh-in. Oh, Stoichkov. Yeah, golden boot. 86 Lineker, golden boot. Yeah, Clive Allen. Clive Allen for top. Yeah, he was a goal hanger. Yeah, he was a very good one. Remember that season, boy? How much could he scored every game? I'm sure he scored, man. Ian Rush, yeah, goal hanger. Yeah, Ulix. Rushy was good though. Liverpool. Ian Rush. And who was the bootleg Ian Rush? What's his name again? The Liverpool guy. They had the bootleg version of him. Oh, I can't remember his name now. Can't remember his name. It's just on the tip of my tongue, and he just gone. Joe Star says Ron Saunders had the demeanor of a permanent quiet menace. And there's someone that opened the disco where the old working men's clubs used to be. Yeah, he was just moody. He was just like, no nonsense. He got 40 goals in that 86-87 season. Yeah, that's it. Tone got it. John Aldridge. He was the bootleg Ian Rush, boy. John Aldridge. That's the one. Bootleg Ian Rush. Yeah. He was a good player, though. He was a good player. John Aldridge. Yeah. Everyone's getting it. I mean, but Tone got it first. Robbie Fowler. Yeah, but he was a poacher. Quite a clever player, though, Robbie. Touch gloves. Gary Lineker and his family lived at the back of me. Knew them all. What's that, in Leicester? Unix doesn't recall John Aldridge. Yeah, Liverpudlian. Yeah. He had the Tash-like Rush, but he wasn't as good. He wasn't as good as Rushy, but he weren't bad. You know what I mean? He wasn't as good as Rushy. Rush was lethal, bro. Lennox Mate says Ron Saunders threatened to beat the Zulus with the birch. Boy, that's a bit dangerous, eh? Them Birmingham Zulus, boy. Yeah, I can imagine him doing that though. I can imagine that. Toby Bartland, Klinsman for Tottenham, wasn't. He was a goal hanger. Or was it just how I remember the diving bastard? Yeah, I tell you what, right? You see that Mbappe, yeah? That Mbappe in the Austria game, yeah? That was a product of this flipping diving epidemic in football, because the free kick he got a free. He went down like AJ cracked him with a right hand, and they got a free kick, yeah. And then off the free kick, someone generally broke his nose from off the free kick. That's because you get all that diving you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? All that diving. And then you got a genuine broken nose. Mbappe. Who's BCFC? John Daly, but who's BCFC? BCFC. Birmingham City. They go to Birmingham. That sound like Birmingham. Klinsmann brought diving to the UK football, and Arsene Wenger made it a core tactic. Oh, yeah, he went Birmingham off. Okay. Yeah, Klinsmann. Yeah. Klinsmann. He was a good player, but yeah. The diving shit like got out of hand, didn't it? Got out of hand. I remember watching football when there was no diving at all. I remember no diving in the old First Division, and at the start of the Premiership, to be honest, no diving. And like you're saying, they got from the continent. It wasn't just Klinsmann. It come from the. It did come from the continent. It come from off Europe. All that diving shit come from off Europe. Yeah. Gotta keep it real. He came from off Europe. And Mbappe, he went down like, you know what I mean, a ton of bricks. How big is Mbappe? Mbappe's a big flipping kid. Crazy. Tones, call me a moany old bastard if you will, but nowadays players dive if the wind changes direction. They go down from anything, bro. From anything. From anything. Yeah. Ari Gold Boss, Luis Garcia used to dive hard. Touch gloves. Anybody here old enough to remember Tony Simpson? I went to school with his wife. Yeah, I know Tony Simpson. Old Tone from Leicester. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know Tony Simpson. Former British champion, challenged Marvin Hagler. Ended Alan Minter's career. Good left hooker was old Tony. Yeah. Big up Tony Simpson, man. Big up Tony Simpson. He had some good wins, man. Who did he beat? He beat Dwight Davison. Was that eliminated before he fought Hagler? Yeah, he had some good wins, man. Ron Collins. John Dealey. Can you imagine today's players against Souness? Tom Souness would get red carded in the tunnel. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, Souness weren't as hard as Tommy Smith, though. Remember that Tommy Smith? That might be a bit before you guys' time. Them men were hard, bro. All the Leeds United team, Bremner, Norman Hunter. Flipping hell, man. There's some hard flipping. The Leeds team. Who's the small guy? Yeah, Bremner, Billy Bremner, innit? Hard nuts. Norman Hunter, bro. And what's his name again? Lorimer. They had a good team, bro. A good team. They had a good team. How good was Jeff Harding, the boxer? Yeah, he was good. He was tough. He had the 3-fight series with Dennis Andrews for that WBC belt. He beat Andrews 2-1, man. Stopped Andrews in the first fight. Andrews won the second and he won the third one. And he lost the title to Mike McCallum, didn't he? Mike McCallum. Yeah. They were some serious wars, though. He had wars with Dennis, man. They were absolute wars. John Fashanu. Oh, man, John Fashanu, bro. I saw a video with John Fashanu, man, talking about the racism he faced. It was deep, man. Deep. Even his own players. His own players were the biggest issue for him. Yeah, Norman Hunter, Tommy Smith. Yeah, they're vicious. People were vicious. Nobby Styles. Yeah. That man would break your legs off, bro. I tell you, it was the other one, man. Play Whelan for Liverpool. Dirty motherfucker, bro. I remember Liverpool were playing. Who did Mark Chamberlain used to play for? Was it Sheffield Wednesday? It was a cup game, yeah? It was a cup game. So Mark Chamberlain, the black guy, was a winger. He was a bit of a threat. He was looking like a bit of a threat. Whelan deliberately took this guy out, bro. Took him out. Dirty. Dirty. That man, they take you out, bro. They take you out. Big up Darren Christie. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like. Yeah, Ron Saunders, man. People are crazy, man. Claudio Gaddafi. I don't think I know who that is. Billy Whitehurst. Who's that? That sounds like some old school shit. Who's Billy Whitehurst? Let me Google that name. I've heard it, but that sounds like before my time, man. Billy Whitehurst. Okay, he's 65 now. Billy Whitehurst. He looks like a hard nut. He probably is, man. Look at him. There were lots of hard men. Sheffield United hard man, Billy Whitehurst. Yeah, saying hardest man in football. Played after barroom brawls and illegal bare knuckle fights in a remarkable career. Who was the guy who played for Duncan Ferguson? Duncan Ferguson at Menace. You know the worst one is the Welsh guy. Who's the Welsh guy who kicked the guy in his head in the training session? What's his name again? He went through some bad sickness recently. What's his name? Is it Hartson? Remember Hartson? He kicked the guy. They had a foreign import in the team, and they were having a training session. And the foreign import said something to Hartson. Hartson kicked him in his head, bro. Hey, but you know what they used to say that Hartson could fight, bro. Hartson could fight. Hartson could throw hands. Yeah, Ronnie Whelan, Jerome. Yeah. Oh, Alex Oxlade is Chamberlain's son. I didn't know that. Big up Bizzle. Darren Christie just watched the face-off. Triple D just find out who's the real daddy. Yeah. Yeah, Fashion wasn't no joke because he knew martial arts and shit. Tom called him Darren Sick, Sick Note Anderson, a hard man. Darren Anderson, Sick Note, you know. Oh, yeah. Noel Blake, Howard Gill, Mick Harford. Yeah, they were hard nuts. Mick Harford was quite a hard nut. Some hard nuts there. Don't confirm. And it was the other one. Oh, I can't remember. I had a name of it. Tony Cotton. Yeah, Van der Hout. All playing in Brum. Yeah, Van der Hout. He wasn't he at Wimbledon? Yeah, you see yeah, Noel Blake was a black guy, isn't it? Yeah. Who was the other one, bro? Remember George Berry, the mixed race centre half? Some player racially abused him. My man flattened him. Bam! And got sent. George Berry just walked off. He leveled the dude out. Bam! One shot, you know. One shot. George Berry. Yeah. He wasn't playing that. Yeah, Billy Whitehurst. Yeah, John Hartson was a madman. Yeah, that's it. Berkovich, Macca. Yeah. Berkovich. Berkovich got that kick in the head, bro. Hartson. That was brutal. It was a brutal kick as well, you know. It was a brutal kick. Yeah. Crazy, man. Oh, Joey Bart. It's his brother, isn't it? His brother killed the black guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? With the white girl because he was dating a white girl. Waste, man. Yeah, Hartson was a big unit, bro. He played for Arsenal, isn't it? Yeah, he was a big lad. You can see, yeah, they're probably too scared to tell him to lose weight. He was a big lad. John Hartson was a big flipping unit. Big unit of a dude. Yeah. Star Fox, good old John Hartson back when Gunners had a real back four. Who's the real back four? Is that the Tony Adams? Tony Adams. Who's the other one? Oh, man. I'm forgetting the names now. He's on Talk Sport now. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he was a big dude, man. He was a big dude. Dennis Wise, yeah, he used to like a little rumble. For a small dude. For a small dude, he got up to a lot of mischief. Noel Blake was a Birmingham City fan first. Got sacked from the Villa youth team for stealing from the first team players. Birmingham City through and through. Yeah. Tom says George Berry holds the record for the largest afro in the Midlands. He had a serious afro, bro. He had that serious afro. George Berry, you know. Who did he play for? Wolves? Ron A says Dubois could get taken out with free if he's too reckless. Even so, he's got momentum, so his confidence is minimizing his flaws and mistakes. Looking forward to it, man. John Dealey. All I remember about Tommy Smith is him getting caught working when he was on the sick. Okay. What do you mean? Like what? Regular job? Oh, Remy Moses. Yeah. Remy Moses. Brian Robson's bodyguard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Harry Redknapp made them shake hands. Berkovich didn't want to shake hands. He probably had no choice. He didn't want to get another kick in his head. Yeah. Terry Herlock, you know. Them name there, you know. I ain't heard them names for a long time, you know. Even the names, you know. Terry Herlock, boy. Who did he play for? Millwall. That sounds like a Millwall player. John Dealey, 80s is my first era of football, 70s before my time. Yeah, I'm kind of like late, very late, 79 exactly on football. 79, 78, the earliest. Steve Bold, yeah, that was one of the guys, Anthony. Steve Bold, Adams, Martin Keown. Yeah, Mark Dennis was a hard man. Yeah. Who was the other guy? Nigel Winterburn. He was a bit robust, isn't it? Nigel Winterburn. Yeah, Steve McMahon was an underrated hardman. Yeah. Lennox. Yeah. Winterburn. Yeah, Anthony. Yeah. Fucking crazy. Who broke Glenn Cockrell's jaw? Touch gloves. Who remembers Henry Cooper? I grew up watching these old ones as a toddler. He used to cut a lot. His brother fought as well. Yeah, his brother Jim Cooper wasn't as good. Twin brother. Jim Cooper. R. Henry. You know what I mean? R. Henry, mate. He holds the records for Lonsdale belt wins. I think he won it 5 times. I don't think you can win it. I think there might be a cap on how much times you can win it. 3 times. But these days, people don't even win it once. They don't even go through with the 3 wins these days. You know why they stopped him for like this? They stopped it at 5 because at the time, yeah, you'd own the belt, and the belt, like a couple of belts he had were real gold. They didn't want to give up the gold belts, did it? Damn, man. Oh, John Dealey says Tommy was on sickness benefits and he got done for working on a building site. I think it was in the 90s. Oh, that's terrible. Wham to all his money, man. See, they probably weren't that much. They got paid quite well in the old first division, though. That's sad. Oh man, did someone snitch him up? Lee Dixon, Tony Adams, Starfox, Steve Bold. Remember when they broke? They threw when they who did they beat? And they threw the guy in the air. It was Steve Bold and Tony Adams and broke his shoulder. Their own player who scored the winner. It could have been against Tottenham. Remember they broke his shoulder. Who remembers that? Remember the guy? Listen, man. Andy Linnigan was the other Arsenal centre back from that era. I think I remember that name. Andy Linnigan. Yeah, Brute was absolutely vile. Splash it all over Henry Cooper. Brute. Who else? Didn't Kevin Keegan used to advertise that? Was it Andy Linnigan who got injured? No, it wasn't Andy Linnigan. It was that was someone else, man. Sol Campbell broke our hearts, didn't he? Broke N17's heart when he signed to Arsenal. That was like, oh no, man, don't. Don't do it, bro. Steve Morrow. Was it Steve Morrow? You sure it was Steve Morrow? It could have been. They threw him over, you know. Like, for the lifting him up and then threw him onto the fit. Well, what are you doing? Broke the man's his shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, it was collarbone. Yeah, it was a collarbone. Yeah, Steve Morrow. Yeah, you're right, Tone. You're right. That was madness, bro. That was mad. Yeah. I mean, it's what it is, isn't it? Like, it's been done a few. I think Alfie Conn. Who did he start with? Either Arsenal or Tottenham. Like Pat Jennings. He went from Tottenham to Arsenal, and then Sol Campbell. Yeah, man. Bizzle says Ginola, the last Spurs legend. Mm-mm. That's a damning indictment. Boy, we ain't played no football for ages, man. Flipping long things up there, man. Yeah, so I tell you what though, Ledley King was just as good as Sol Campbell. He might not have got as much plaudits, but Ledley was just as good as Sol. He was just as good as Sol. Yeah, you got to give Kane, Harry Kane, his flowers. I mean, his goal scoring record is phenomenal. We just had a crap team. Afro Jam difference was Campbell was raised in the Spurs system. Yeah. Yeah, but he can't do it all himself, Bizzle. Can't do it all himself. Afro Jam says King was better. It's just his knee was too damaged. Yeah, that knee. Could only play one game every two. Yeah. But he could only do that for so long. See, that knee, he should have been playing in it. I wonder if he's suffering from that now because he couldn't play 2 games on a trot. He'd need like stacks of physiotherapy after 1 game. Yeah. Afro said he was better. Yeah. Ledley King was good, man. Ledley King was a good player. Afro Jam said he couldn't even have a kickabout with his sons and then play a match on the weekend. Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. But he loved the game so much, and that's how he was earning his money. He had to keep playing. That's crazy. All right, people. It's been great. I'll tell you what, I'll stay till 1:45. 2:45 will do. Cause I've cooked already. I don't have to cook, so you know what I mean. Don't have to cook. Let's catch up with some news. What else is going on? $2:45. Put 2:45 on the clock. Bill Haney said he wouldn't pit Jerome Boots Ennis as their next fight after progress. Bill Haney. Devin Hunt says they would pick. Oh, that's from 2:23. That's from 20. That's when that's before Devin fought. Right. Eddie Hearn has declared that he is interested in potentially signing Shakur Stevenson as he is a free agent after his next fight on July the 6th. I think Shakur is pound for pound top 5 already. He may be the best fighter in the world, and I think he's been promoted terribly. I think a man of that stature, that resume and ability should be a huge star in America. I don't know, Eddie. I just got a feeling, you know what I mean? Like, To be honest, though, like everyone who has left Bob has went on to be successful. I know a lot of people are in denial about that. They think that you're picking on Bob or some. No, it's not. It's not. The record speaks for itself. That man's tried to screw over loads of people's career. Look what he done to Rigondeaux. That wasn't necessary at all. Come on, man. Bob's a piece of shit. You don't like it, but it's the truth. He's a piece of shit. Paul McGrath, alcoholic, isn't it? Bad alcohol problems, man. Paul McGrath. Alcohol and injuries, isn't it, Tone? You have a lot of injuries. Saying Lennox said Paul McGrath was managed well. He barely trained to save him for games. Yeah, yeah. He didn't live the life though. He had bad alcohol issues. There was nothing he could do. It was bone on bone, no cartilage in his knee. That's crazy, man. Yeah, Bermondsey wasn't the place to toy around 70s and 80s. Certainly wasn't. Bermondsey. Yeah. New Cross in them areas and yeah. Not a place to mess around. South London. Yeah, he's not really a ticket seller, Shakur, is he? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Yeah. John Dean says, preach beats. Bob is bad for boxing. Yeah, but Bob ruined a lot of careers, man. Screwed over a lot of people for title fights. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Shakur can get a fight against Loma or Tank. But then again, we got to get Tank and Loma in the bloody ring first. Yeah. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. Eddie, like I said, Eddie's going to end up putting Shakur in there with what's his name? Andy Cruz. Paul McGrath, serious alcoholic. Andy Townsend tells stories about him going to buy booze every morning. Yeah, yeah. How did he get through gay? Like, that's crazy. See, it was a different culture back then, man. See, old first division. He's old first division, McGrath. You know what I mean? Like, them man would drink on match days and stuff. You know what I mean? Eat all types of crap. Different culture. And the managers just used to let it slide. As long as the players were happy and didn't perhaps overindulge, just let it go. Yeah. I mean, he should leave. He should leave. He should definitely leave. As much as they drunk, their food was still more real than now. Well, what were they eating? What was the average diet back then, man? Because the Premiership and they had to be shown how to eat by the Italians, the footballers, innit, and stuff, and the Spaniards and stuff. They had a better diet suited to football. Let me see if I can find it. Old footballers' diet. Okay, what professional footballers really ate from the 1970s? Oh, Kenny Sampson ended up homeless. He used to play for Arsenal and Palace, man. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Crazy. He was a good player as well. The fullback. From 1970s, what they really ate. What's that they eating? No, they want me to pay money for the article. I'm not doing that. Telegraph. All footballers died. They used to eat all types of food, man. It wasn't sophisticated. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? It wasn't sophisticated. John Dealey. No, the average diet then was not good. Traditional food is lard, butter, chips, and pies. Touch Glass 21 really enjoyed it. Should been nice, guys and girls. Take care, all. Not girls and guys and girls. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, you are right. You are right. The quality of the meat and veg was a little. It was different. It definitely was different. Like somebody was talking about salmon now from back in, because they're saying salmon isn't supposed to be pink. I don't know what they're doing it. It's supposed to be red in it. Salmon is supposed to be red. But like you're saying, because it's mass produced, they're doing certain things. Whatever they're curing or treating the meat with. Yeah. Lennox said Wenger changed the English game diet wise. Yes, yes. He did have a lot to do with it. Like the foreign coaches, when they started coming over here, they couldn't believe what the footballers were eating. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. Unix Game says beans on toast. Yeah, for Carmen Serena, beans on toast. You know what I mean, get her a nice plate of beans and toast. You know what I mean, Heinz beans and some toast. You know what I mean, not even wholemeal bread for Carmen. I mean, white bread in there. Like what are we gonna get? Oh shit. John Dealey says farmed salmon is not good for you. Yeah. Crazy. And the drinking culture was changed. Yeah. All this. Yeah, it looks like they don't drink, man. Maybe I don't know. Don't they drink at all? Because you don't hear like the stories of when like footballers used to go on benders. Not even too long ago. Remember they used to have the culture of roasting. They used to go out and get drunk and run chains on the women and shit. Get caught up in some shit. Yeah. Crazy. Afro Jam, they do drink, but it's not every day. No, mate. Remember your granddad saying you could live off tinned beans alone. Crazy, man. Yeah. They used to smoke like they used to smoke in the changing rooms and stuff long years back before a game and shit. That's crazy, isn't it? But everything like used to be able to go into pubs, clubs, and smoke. You can't do that no more. Everything, you know what I mean, like just different environment, different environment. And they're right. Like you used to be able to smoke on the bus. Who remembers when you used to be able to smoke on buses and trains? You used to be able to smoke on train. Could you smoke on a train? You could definitely smoke on buses. You could smoke on buses. You probably could smoke on the trains. A lot of people listening to this hangout won't remember that. It was way before their time. All right, someone made a comment about salmon I wanted to read. I missed it. John Dealey, salmon turns red when they swim upstream. Wild salmon is like eating a prime athlete. Farmed salmon is like eating Homer Simpson. Afro Jam. Now look at, is it Loris? He was miles past the speed limit and the drink drive limit. Yeah, they still drink, man. They still drink. Yeah, of course it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out, man. That's it's a guaranteed. Look at their last two performances, man. Both of them. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. Your Eddie Hearn's fans and Frank Warren's fans and Wasserman's fans, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. That's a given. It's a given. It's going to sell out. Crazy, man. It should sell out, Philip. It should sell out. I should assume it will sell out. Alan Brazil, he used to play for Tottenham. He wasn't a bad player. Scottish. Wasn't a bad player. Yeah, John Robertson, he used to smoke. Yep. He's one of them who used to smoke. What about, is it Socrates from Brazil? He used to smoke. Chain smoke, apparently. Chain smoke. Anthony Mackin, do you remember Sky Sports used to give the man of the match televised player a bottle of champagne? I think they stopped it for alcohol and religious reasons for some of the Muslim players. Wow. Yeah. See, the whole culture has had to change up because of, it was different. It was totally different. Like footballers used to advertise alcohol products and stuff like that. Can't do that no more. There was sportsmen who used to advertise cigarettes. That's way back, though, even before my time. You can't even advertise cigarettes no more. Yeah. Ulix, he recalls smoking on trains and bus, and people's claimed you can smoke on the planes too. Damn. Lennox said, my parents smoked in the house. Yeah, my dad used to smoke in the house. He didn't give a shit about a second-hand smoke. He didn't know any better. Well, neither did we. Yeah. John Dealey, smoke upstairs on the buses in Brum. Yeah, I think was it restricted to upstairs? I'm not sure. Yeah, it could be right. Okay, they used to allow smoking on planes. That's crazy. Yeah, snuff. That's the tobacco you put under your tongue. Yeah, snuff. Touch Gloves remembers it too. Okay, yeah, they're probably on cocaine more than the alcohol. Yeah. Afro Jam, yeah. But wouldn't they test positive? They do testing as well. Surely they get tested regular. Lennox, yeah, snooker used to make its revenue from cigarette brands. Correct. And you always used to see the snooker players smoking. It used to be like part of the game. It was rare. It was rare that they didn't, like Alex Higgins, Cliff Foreman always used to be smoking. Like Alex Higgins used to chain smoke, and he was an alcoholic as well. And the darts players, they was even better. Or Jockey Wilson, you see them, like Jockey would have the pint and the cigarette and the dart in his hand. All free. When he's throwing his dart, he's not letting go of his beer, bro. You know what I mean? Tone says Socrates would smoke half a pack at half time. Jesus Lord. On his Panani World Cup sticker, he had smoke coming out of his nostrils. Seriously. That's crazy. Yeah, he used to chain smoke. A lot of sports were affected with the smoking ban. I remember Formula One and snooker executives complaining about the commercial hit. We spoke about Errol Christie. Remember Errol Christie and Mark Taylor? Errol Christie died because of secondhand smoke. Because, like, at a lot of the venues he boxed at, there'd be smoking in the crowd, and he, like, probably from an amateur, and he all that second, he didn't smoke. He never smoked a day in his life. He had lung cancer. Joe Stunner said you could smoke in cinemas. Yes, I remember smoking in cinemas, on the underground, on planes, just about everywhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Gil Gunn, have it orchestral super. Gil Gunn, trying to kill me off, boy. How strong is I appreciate the super chat. Kestrel super. Like we said, that's the type of drink. When people are drinking Kestrel super, they ain't trying to feel good. They're trying to block shit out. When you pick up Kestrel to drink, you're trying to block something out. That's the only purpose of drinking Kestrel. Big up Touch Gloves. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate Gilkern. Big up. The only way you're drinking Kestrel is to block stuff out. There's no other purpose for it, bro. There's no other purpose. Crazy. Tone. Okay. Bill Werbenek, the snooker player. Yes. Yes. He liked a pint or 22. Yes, yes, yes. Because were they allowed to drink when they played, Tone? I think they were, innit? You could have a beer. Yeah, you could have a beer. You have a beer and play snooker, yeah. Can't do that now. Can't do that now. You can't do that. You can't smoke, drink, nothing. You know what I mean? You could have water. I think you could have water. You could have water. They probably wouldn't let you have fruit juice now. You could have probably a container of water, and that's that. Touch Gloves. I think Jimmy Greaves used to smoke on TV on Match of the Day. Jimmy had bad alcohol issues, serious alcohol issues. Very talented striker though. Like what he'd literally pass the ball to the goal. He was that accurate with his shots. It was like passing the ball to the goal. Natural striker. He missed out on like he got replaced, didn't he? The World Cup by Jeff Hurst. Hurst scored a bloody hat trick against the Germans. Big up Lennox. Yep. Lennox says big up Beats Evan Guinness on him. Big yourself up, bro. Big yourself up. Okay. I'm looking forward to the women's 100 meters, the Olympics. Dalglish's daughter is good. What Dalglish? The footballer? Big up Lennox, the other Lennox. Lennox mate, he says, Beats, if Madonna offered you a recording contract for sex, would you, like Eddie Murphy with Eartha Kitt in Boomerang? You lie if you say no. Recording contract. Who knows, man? Like when people can say no when they're putting big money up in people's face. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm just as vulnerable as everyone. You know what I'm saying? put the money up in someone's face. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Why are you guys trying to test me if I bang Madonna or not? Oh, it's all good. Hey, someone's got to do it, innit? Someone's got to do it. Afro Jam says, no, all European culture love to drink. Yeah, back then, you was a hard man if you drunk, Tone. You know what I mean? They were lauded for being hard drinkers. Yeah. Joe Stunner says, remember that famous photo of Jack Charlton smoking on a training pitch? Yeah. You see, it's like that lads culture. It started from the Jack Charlton. You know what I mean? Him, George Best, United. You know what I mean, lads? They were lads, isn't it? Smoke, drink, and have a good time, and yeah. Tones says, take one for the team. Oh dear. I tell you what though, like, not how she looks now. She looks. Maybe if it was, like when Tupac was mashing it down, I might have. But you know what I mean, not what I'm seeing there. You know what I mean, don't look that good. Look, the sister Madonna thing ain't going away. FBA said if Tupac did it, then who can blame the next man for hitting it? They stopped at football after Hillsborough. What they stopped? What they stop after Hillsborough? That Hillsborough shit was crazy though, man. And the Heysel State, Hillsborough and the Heysel State, they were the two events in it, like the tragedies. The Heysel Stadium, man. I remember watching that final, man, and it took a long time. It took a long time to like understand what was going on. At first, I was disappointed that the game collapsed, and then after it was just sad, innit? It was just sad. It was just so sad, man. You see the players like distressed. 39 deaths. I'm just reading it. 600 injuries. May the 29th, 1985. Liverpool FC versus Juventus. Heysel Stadium, Brussels, Belgium. The disaster was blamed on hooliganism, mistakes by officials, and structural issues with the stadium. The match was the 1985 European Cup final before Champions League people, featuring Liverpool, champions of England, and the European Cup holders Juventus, the champions of Italy, and the holders of the UEFA Cup, the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. The two teams were at the height of their powers. They had international players in every position. Television viewers across Europe tuned in for a highly anticipated match, but what they saw instead was a slowly unfolding tragedy that formed a terrible backdrop to an increasingly irrelevant game. Yeah. It was treated like any other big final. Tickets were allocated to the two sets of fans, and they were separated by a neutral section. Officials from both clubs had warned that mainly Belgians in the neutral section were likely to sell their tickets to partisan fans. There was a history of violence between English and Italian clubs. The 1984 final in Rome had ended in acrimony when Liverpool defeated the local club Roma on penalties. I think, did Phil Neal score the winner? Who remembers that? The police and local hoteliers had all turned on Liverpool fans who were forced to seek refuge in the British Embassy. Liverpool supporters considered Heysel an opportunity for revenge. The neutral section, I'm not going to read this because this seems like a little biased against Liverpool fans and they're going to say something different. But anyway, the neutral section quickly filled with mainly Italian fans, and all that separated them from the Liverpool section was a flimsy fence. Taunts started, and then objects began to fly. The fence was quickly breached, and by the Liverpool fans' advance, panic erupted as Juve supporters and others in the neutral section tried to retreat, only to find their way blocked by a concrete wall. The pressure proved too much, and the structure gave way, crushing the trapped Italian fans and others. Ultimately, 39 fans were killed, the majority of whom were Italian, and hundreds of other spectators were injured. Fear and mayhem if the match was cancelled. Juve and Liverpool ended up playing, and Juve won 1-0. Yeah, but the game just like paled into like little consequence. You know what I mean? Crazy. Blame for the tragedy was partly attributed to the Heysel Stadium, which was more than 50 years old. It had failed expectations, and the threat of closure meant that little was spent on maintenance. Another contributing factor was a decision by local police to get unruly fans into the stadium early, rather than arrest them. Hooliganism also played a large role, and English clubs were banned, yes, were playing for Europe for 5 years in addition, yes, yes, yes. Wow, forgot all that, man. Liverpool fans were convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 2 to 3 years in prison, though ultimately only served about 12 months. Wow. Crazy, man. I forgot, you know something? I forgot that English clubs were banned. Forgot all about that, man. Wow. Madness, bro. Madness. That was 85. Hillsborough. You know, it's like both of the disasters were neutral locations for both teams. Heysel, Juve, Liverpool. Hillsborough, Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. FA Cup semi-final, 1989. The sold-out game was expected to draw more than 53,000 fans. To prevent hooliganism, fans for the two teams were directed to enter from different sides of the stadium. Liverpool supporters with tickets for the standing terraces were to enter Leppings Lane. There they were to pass through one of the 7 turnstiles, after which they were 2 tunnels that opened into pens, enclosed by high fences with a narrow gate. Central Pen 3 and Central Pen 4 were accessed from the main tunnel, while the side pens were entered through the less prominent corridor. Due to the limited number of turnstiles, a bottleneck formed as approximately 10,000 fans attempted to enter the stadium at the Leppings Lane side. By about 2:30 p.m., some 30 minutes before kickoff, more than half of those fans were still outside. Hoping to ease congestion, Yorkshire Police Chief Superintendent David Duckinfield, who had little experience policing football soccer matches at Hillsborough, approved the opening of exit gate C at approximately 2:52 p.m. Some 2,000 fans entered through the gate, and although the side pens were relatively empty, the majority headed to the main tunnel and the already crowded pens 3 and 4. As fans rushed into those pens, a deadly crush resulted, with people frantically trying to escape. A number of law officials initially believed the problem to be unruly fans, but it was not until 5 minutes after kickoff that the match was halted. However, police never fully activated the major incident procedure. Poor communications and coordination further complicated rescue efforts, and in numerous cases, fans provided assistant medical attention. In total, 97 people were killed. One of the victims died in 1993 when he was taken off life support, and another with brain damage passed away in 2021. In addition, more than 760 were injured. Immediately after the disaster, police blamed the incident on Liverpool fans, whom they alleged were drunk and disorderly. In addition, Duckingfield claimed that fans had forced open gate CA in 1889 interim report. Duckingfield claimed that fans had forced open gate C. A 1989 interim report, however, faulted law officials, notably citing their failure to close the main tunnel after pens 3 and 4 reached capacity. The following year, an inquest held that there was insufficient evidence to bring criminal charges. The coroner's report was released in 1991, and it stated that all those who died were beyond saving by 3:15 p.m. when the first ambulance arrived, thus blocking an investigation into the rescue efforts. In addition, the deaths were ruled accidental. Calls continued for further investigations, and in 2009, an independent panel was formed to review the tragedy. 3 years later, it announced that the police had engaged in a far-reaching cover-up, faulting fans and falsifying reports in an effort to hide their own mistakes. The panel found no evidence that alcohol or unruly behavior had played a role in the disaster, and it believed that as many as 41 deaths could have been averted by better rescue efforts. In December 2012, the coroner's findings that the deaths were accidental were overturned. I tell you what, man, see the Liverpool fans. The Liverpool community. They don't mess with that Sun newspaper, I tell you that now. They do not mess with the Sun newspaper, because what the police force and the media did, and the government, they colluded to use the reputation of hooliganism as a deflection on what really happened. You know what I mean? And that was like unforgivable. It's unforgivable. Yeah, man. Disasters, bro. Disasters. Oh yeah, the fire at Bradford. Yeah, what happened? Yeah. Forgot about that one. That's what got smoking banned. What, the fire at Bradford? Yeah. See, like they found, I think, with the Bradford and Hillsborough, is a lot of the stadiums in the 1980s had not been modified from probably 30s, 40s, and or whenever. Like, put a touch of paint, maybe change a few wooden panels here and there, but they hadn't been modified, and they got caught out. Crazy, man. Bradford Fire, I forgot about that one. Bradford Fire victims. Valley Parade Fire and Disaster. Wow. That was a crazy decade, isn't it? Crazy decade. Right, that page isn't found. Alright, it's a different fire, I'm guessing. The 11th of May 1985. After Hillsborough, Bradford City Stadium fire was the second worst sporting tragedy in England, leaving 56 dead and at least 265 injured. The fire started 5 minutes before half-time during a match on the 11th of May between Bradford and Lincoln City. who later established that the blaze was caused by a fan who went to put his cigarette out but dropped it between the floorboards into a pile of rubbish that had been building up below. See, you can smoke on the terraces. See, if it was now that, even if the stadiums or were ill-equipped, if the grounds were ill-equipped, you can't smoke in the stadiums. Yeah. Wow. Owing to windy conditions, less than 4 minutes later, the entire wooden stand was engulfed in smoke and fire. Radiated heat from the burning roof of the stand set fire to the clothing of fans trapped underneath. People ran onto the pitch with their clothes on fire, while others were trapped in the back where they had gone to try and escape through the turnstiles. By the time the fire brigade arrived, they were faced with huge flames and dense smoke. An inquiry launched in the aftermath of the disaster led to legislation to improve safety at football grounds. This included the banning of new wooden grandstands at all sports venues. Yeah, you see, they hadn't been modified for so long. Yeah, all existing grandstands deemed fire risks were faced with immediate closure. Yeah. Cigarette smoking was also banned at all grounds with wooden stands. I thought it was just a blanket ban at football games. The inquiry had found that the club had been warned that the accumulation of rubbish beneath the stands was a fire risk. It transpired that the wooden stand had already been condemned and was set to be demolished just 2 days after the tragedy, although there was no perimeter fencing such as led to the devastating crush at Hillsborough. Locked turnstiles meant that many fans who tried to escape by that means were killed or seriously injured. The courts held the club to be 2/3 responsible, finding that it gave no or very little thought to fire precautions, despite repeated warnings. The local council was deemed to be 1/3 responsible. Wow, 656 dead. Crazy. Wow. Touch Glove said she watched Hillsborough on TV. Yeah, yeah. What happened at Nottingham Forest? No, I think it was Ron Saunders who won. Didn't Saunders win? I'm not sure. You know, I can't remember. I can't remember. Yeah, there was a plane crash with the Man United team. That's going back some, man. That was the Busby Babes. That was the Busby Babes. Yeah. Leonard's mate. Premier League wasn't formed until 1992. Afro, you're right. Yes, United won the Cup Winners' Cup in 1982. I stand corrected. Salute. Everton had wooden seats in the away end last time I went. You're joking. No way. How long ago was that? 15 years ago. It's recent. Tom said that John, those wooden chairs now play up front for Everton. Uncle Bert, Kerry Case was at the Bradford disaster, I believe. His podcast was boxing. Now a YouTube channel worth checking out. Bloody hell. That's Ricky Hatton's guy, isn't it? Kerry Case. And is it John Fury? He works with John Fury, isn't it? Kerry. Madness, bro. Joe Stunner. The sight of a man running across the pitch on fire from head to toe is one of the most horrific things I've ever seen on TV. Wow, that's crazy. Rakim said that he still can't believe Lineker missed a header from 6 yards to equalize against Argentina in '86. Aldridge. Yeah. Back when FA Cup semi-finals were played at neutral grounds. I wish they would go back to that, Lennox, mate. Yeah. Wow. All right, people. Be good, man. Peace out.